lead starting to build up here too. Even in the gold lane, 1,000 difference between this matchup that we weren't really expecting here.
No conceal, no purify on board. Fatal links onto now the mounted shocker too. Beautiful combo by Apex and TNZ.
Can I just say it again? It's so clean and out.
2 for 2 on the solo kill. Traction pulls will trade it back, but Lunar has definitely been the one, the alpha in the XP matchup as the turret falls in the bottom lane.
I think Lunar's just going to take that every time, man. He'll take the 1v1 and he's going to jump in the turret, and after that he's like, whatever happens, happens. I get the kill. It's a great matchup there. Yeah, value, because look at this. This is all value for Aurora Gaming. 5,000 ahead. There's the pull, but Apex just doesn't care.
Yeah. No damage yet. No, they doesn't even get it. Dyron the flicker forward, gets a thunderclap down. Rosa caught on the bad spot now as Dyron looks for another reset on it and gets a double. Mounted shocker by TNZ, gets a kill back. That's him unstoppable. Edok, no divine judgment as TNZ utilizes the traceless back.
Again, at least RRQ is able to fight back, get something off the divine judgment. I almost for a second thought Apex 47 wouldn't go down. A little bit of action here, but Sigaboom's not going to be able to catch Sutsujin at all on this Uranus unless TNZ has something to say. You're still tanky enough, but I don't know, man. You're falling behind. 3 levels now difference between the junglers here. TNZ 5-0-2. This is what we saw in his Lancelot performance. Now he's doing it even on the YSS. And they're going to have control of the third turtle of the game. RRQ, I don't know if they really want to fight this, if they want to contest it, as it looks like they're just going to let it go. They've got the information, but
divine judgment, damage coming down as well. Traction pulse knocking down. Apex looking for the back line. TNZ gets the turtle for free. Curtain call. There, Sutsujin is able to escape with the consecration. Gets stunned up by the abyssal arrow. Fatal links brings him back. Lunar gets the kill. An all-out win for Aurora.
Great job, Dyron, though.
Aurora Gaming yeah.
Thunderclap landed on Lunar. Apex 47 opts in a perfect match. And that's about it.
Yeah, that's all they're going to get. You catch Sutsujin with those fatal links, and man, he's just going to lose more of his jungle. You know, this orange buff is up. I'm not sure if they're going to go ahead and make a play from that, but Lunar's definitely just kind of waiting there to see what happens. You can see the difference too in terms of gold for the junglers. Yeah, 2.5k ahead. And I think this is just going to solidify more that the Uranus is struggling, man. He's having a really hard time. When we saw he was going to be such a strong, definite pick throughout this, so struggle for a while for Sutsujin. Gonna have to rely on the team to catch up. Especially, it puts you in a weird position where it's like we don't have this traditional marksman in the gold lane that we can like hopefully bank on later. I don't think a gold lane CC is going to be that. So it's like, then where do you shift your focus? Well, maybe it's got to be Dyron to be able to, you know, clap down on someone later on. Rins possibly as well. But it's just a very interesting lineup that isn't what we're traditionally used to seeing here. As you see, Dyron's still going to be up top. They're going to fight for this purple buff.
Apex.
Apex.
Look at the flank with the conceal already. Purple buff taken away. Sigaboom with the I'm offended. Now over to Sutsujin. A full burst down. Pops in consecration. Traction pulse doesn't land. Apex 47 now caught. Oh, gets cancelled. Divine Judgment locks him down. The Fatal Link still comes through though, and that's a damage from Lunar. AOE plus the trap. It'll be traded back as Dyron walks up and gets the kill over. No, it's Rins who picks it up. Rosa lands the trap and the arrow. Purify out by Rins, but he is in no man's land. Rosa gets the shutdown. TNZ in the back finding it. Now it's a double, and Aurora have wiped the Kings out.
I gotta say it again. It's so clean from Aurora Gaming. The timing, the windows, it's all falling into place. Let's look at the instant replay. I mean, Apex played cat and mouse for a while, goes in between the tier 1 and tier 2, but he's like, guys, I'm gonna go in. He gets divine judgment, but the team is so synced up that they go in and follow through anyway. Even for Lunar to go ahead and stall this out, Rosa lands another arrow, and then TNZ comes, swings forward. This was such good communication and synergy that has been showcased time and time again from Aurora Gaming. They are locked in here for game 1, and you can see it again. This is, you know, this is a very specific lineup that does. Oh, hold on, Apex giving information. I don't think he's going to be able to do much, but this lineup allows them to do that.
Apex 47, the true Apex predator here in this game, and constantly flanking RRQ. And Sutsujin, while he can sustain, you can't really continue to sustain when you're just CC'd every time. You can't move at all. I think this is like the third purple buff that he's taken this game. Every other one has been snatched away by Aurora. Man. Lunar already with the Bravest Fighter. Gets a stun down too. TNZ rotates up top. Lord taken. Apex looking for the kill again. Has a perfect match. Pops it in. But it's just to threaten Sutsujin for him to back away.
Okay. There's the Lord. Shields are still going to be up, so they're going to force him off the tier 2s. And we'll see if RQ has enough to defend. Again, with this composition, I'm offended, won't land. Trying to keep together. Apex 47 could start up a fight. He does have Flicker, but I don't know if it's going to be worth it. We've seen too many leads get turned around. And Aurora Gaming knows this. This is what we've been talking about. I know, all pun intended, mastering the basics. Don't want to overextend it. Don't want to throw the game here. And so they'll just get what they can. Shields are popped up in the mid lane. They'll continue to focus down the next if they can, but not forcing it. Now for RRQ, if they want to somehow, some way turn this around, it's got to be on their own. Maybe it's a divine judgment. Maybe it's that traction pulse that finds a couple members of Aurora Gaming. But do they have enough damage to follow through? I think a lot of this is, now you see the BOD picked up.
Look at that.
From Diamond, but that is the question. Looking at the damage meters, man, it is so far behind.
Yeah. Oh, man. 4 members of Aurora before you get a glimpse of Rins on the Kimmy. And you got to understand that for most of these picks, especially Rins and Dyron, they have to scale a bit more for them to actually deal damage. If Aurora had like a 14 or 12k gold lead by the time that happens, I don't think it'll be enough to come back.
Yeah. Sutsujin finally getting his buff again. TNZ's been level 15 locked in for a long time, so Sutsujin's still playing massive catch up here. But even so, his job really as this Uranus jungle is to be kind of more like that front line. Like, he is the guy just going to be tanking up a lot, and that's why you have to hope that somehow, some way, when they catch up in terms of items, I think one of the plays that they can make is Dyron goes to that back line. If they somehow shut down TNZ, I don't even think that's the complete end of it all, because like we saw when Sigibum played the Ruby before, he does enough to go ahead and heal back up, but it just stops RQ from disengaging. And so once so much is expended and you're trying to run away or disengage, you're forced to deal with this Ruby at the amount of crowd control even with Apex 47. So this is just a free Lord going over to Aurora Gaming. All this leading into how RQ defend against this push. Do they have a lineup that's actually going to allow them to stay in this? Because even wave clear wise, it's not that great.
Nope, not at all. RQ just have the Kimmy, right? Everyone else is, well, I guess you have the CC to deal damage to like the Lord, but that's it. The mini waves, it's all going to be on the hands of Kimmy to like try to clear.
Yeah.
And for Aurora, I guess the same could be said about them. Their siege isn't too good. They're going to have to just rely on the Yi Sun Shin. But they have dive. They have a way to threaten the back with Apex too.
Yeah. Apex 47 and Sigibum could literally flicker towards the wall and catch someone most likely. A Mount Shocker to give the information they need. Lord's going to be pulled in. It charges in the mid wave. Conceal use. Are they going to go here?
Dyron forced back already by the perfect match of Apex 47. 2 base turrets taken down now. His mid lane will fall too. Mount Shocker lands on Sutsujin. Sigibum goes in for the I'm Offended. Doesn't land. RQ still able to defend. Now the curtain call landing on 2. No, I'm Offended, and Apex 47 won't go in just yet. They'll play it slow. They know they have waves and the advantage. RQ defend the Lord. But Aurora are not done just yet. I'm Offended over to Toy. Apex 47 looking to play. Has Purify. Toy. Bravest Fighter by Lunar. Apex right there with a perfect match. Lunar actually diving in a bit too deep, getting chunked. That's a divine judgment over by Apex 47. Fatal legs! By Aurora Gaming. Dyron jumps in the midst of it all, but cannot deal enough damage. 2 members of RQ falling. The arrow not landing. Sutsujin still standing there. Sigibum again. What a combo! Rins free hitting, getting the immortality. TNZ looking for the base. Lunar taken out. Rins getting rid of the minions. Toy still there as well. Apex right there. Locks him down. And it should be GG for game number 1. TNZ gets a double. We'll have to wait for the wave up top. Destroying the base turret to win this game. 2 seconds on EDOC. I don't think they'll care. Aurora take game 1.
And there you go. A dominant game 1 for Aurora. 12k gold lead towards the end there. Interesting drafts, but Aurora Gaming comes out on top for game 1.
At this point, we have to accept it. No team in the world and in this tournament right now is playing and drafting like Aurora Turkey. RRQ Hoshi tried to show that they can dance to the same tune, but they just kept tripping up on their own feet, as Aurora have brought us back to the past. Shades of what Mlbb was like back then, with like pure funnel into the center of the map.
Man, it was, I guess, this is amazing, by the way, from Lunar to be able to get that, but I guess the answer still is, what do you bring to that fight with the Scythe? Because so far, Subu has been uncontested in that gold lane. They tried the CC, it just didn't work. It was so awkward, too, towards the end there, that last fight, because it's like, usually if you have that marksman, they can go ahead and lock down the base. But eventually, TNZ was able to do that. But still, from start to finish, there was so much difficulty from RRQ to deal with Rosa's information, TNZ's setting up Apex, relying on YSS. Like that layering, that wombo combo itself happens so many times for gaming, and that's why I'm saying it was so clean from them.
It was too clean for RRQ to handle. Again, when RRQ thought they had an ace off their sleeve, you see the Atlas come in, and it was literally just a perfect pick here to deal with whatever RRQ was planning with. Because again, Uranus, the reason they picked it up was because, all right, we're going to sustain through the initial burst of Aurora's comp and the kind of like lack of full burst power. But if the Uranus just stays in place, everyone will get the hit on, right? And like that's what the Atlas brought to the table. The threat of them clumping up together and getting brought into a combo and none of them moving.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because RRQ, with their last 2 picks in the draft, it felt a little bit off. There was something there that could have just been different, but then you could also say just Aurora just answered it really well. If you look at Aurora's composition, you see pure laser focus in supporting every part of the map for TNZ.
Yes.
Hypothetically, this could have just been 2 dead side lanes and just all action in the center. But RRQ ended up picking up the Masha, which sort of like shifted. It was like their way of saying, we're not fully confident in just the Kimi alone. So we needed some sort of other carry, but the Lapu-Lapu just could mess up the Masha so badly in lane.
It's not really the best of matchups for the Masha, dude. Like up against the Lapu-Lapu, Masha needs to just survive in lane. But when you're up against such an aggressive XP laner, like the Lapu, with a crazier power spike than Masha level 4, under the turret, he wasn't safe, direct.
That's a good example of just how I feel like impressive Lunar has been. Again, we saw so much of the Phobius. Now we get to see him on the Lapu. So I think even other teams are seeing this, like, man, we really got to be able to actually hold our own against this. Because the way Lunar plays sort of reminds me of little shades of Sanford. You know, like he's very aggressive. He'll take those 1v1s and win them even if afterwards he's probably going to die. Because what that is doing is it's sending other members of the team to go deal with Lunar, to make sure, so then it opens up the other side of the map. And that's what we saw here so well from Aurora Gaming, and it was just a really good synergy amongst all the roles here, and they all really played their part.
RRQ just looked like they were absolutely shocked. You could commend them for trying their own way of how Aurora played. Yes, I like that. They were mountain shocked by Aurora. Again, I really feel like just in the second half of the draft, they somewhat lost confidence in their initial game plan. It was like funnel everything into the CC, and that costed them. I'm trying to think of what else could have they put in the XP lane to just make it a dead lane.
I don't know, I feel just like for RRQ, they try to match the loco of Aurora with their own loco, but it ended up just being more like goofy and zany, man.
It was a little bit more goofy there in the end, and because Aurora's loco is very, there's at least one clear concise goal every time that they pull this off. So TNZ continues to impress. 937 gold per minute, deathless, perfect. And because of the adjustment and of RRQ in terms of their strategy, Susujin became the sandbag, and Siggy Boom on this Ruby was another layer of threat. It's just like, okay, nice, we killed the Lapu. Wait, the Ruby's still there.
Yeah. That's two like very sustainable heroes that they just had, and then I think based on we see that breakdown too, TNZ's gotta be at the top. Like junglers right now. The guy has not. I don't think he's died.
I think he has died.
Maybe a couple times.
I think he has the best KD in the tournament so far.
Yeah, for sure. Like based off of the games that we've already seen him play, and yeah, and because of this performance, wow, the evolution of Aurora and how Coach Master of the Basics and Dexstar in combination as well. We have to give it up to Coach Bad Galsef as well. Just allowing Aurora to play in such a way that I can confidently say there's no other team in the tournament is playing like right now. The unique take in this meta, throwing it back to when we were just funneling everything into the center of the map, where side lanes just felt like two fighters duking it out to see who fights better, and they have shotgun all the world, and they continue to do so again. What RRQ needs to do, there's a lot of questions, lots of big adjustments they need to consider if they want to force this into game number 3. But all roads are pointing to Aurora Gaming being able to take the cake and secure the knockout spot. Before we continue though, we have to toss you on over to Baloyski and Eterna.
BBB.
Triple B is in the building, boys and girls. Hello, Baloyski.
Hello, Eterna.
How are you doing?
Good.
Good. Okay, with the big brain Baloy coming into the building, we gotta pick your brain just a little bit here. What is going on with the meta, Baloy? Tell us, what are your thoughts? Is it as flexible as that to see two fighters in the gold lane?
The good thing about the meta right now is it's so flexible because of the jungle. They can play both utility, tank, or the assassin. That's why the gold lane can also be flexible. I really like the meta right now.
So what else could we be expecting potentially in the coming future?
I don't think there will be a lot, but for sure there will be flexible. Like if they have YSS, it will be have more surprise pick, to be honest with you. But besides that, it's gonna be normal assassin versus tank, or assassin versus assassin, or tank versus assassin. That's it.
Okay, so it really depends on what the jungler is going to be filled with, right?
For sure.
Okay, but specifically about these two teams, because it's already 1-0 now for Aurora, and it's weirdly to say that we're in an era where RRQ look like the underdogs here. Do you agree with this notion? Do you think Aurora is the stronger team?
I'm not surprised about the performance of Aurora because they are a really good team from internationals. They always beat team that have the potential to win championship. But yeah, I think RRQ need to catch up more on draft. If they do, I'm confident that they can win also.
Okay, so you think it's a draft problem?
Yeah, but besides that, Aurora is really strong.
Okay, what about play style? Do you see like a difference in play style between these two teams?
Well, play style not a lot. They're both aggressive team, but I think the Aurora have just a better depth and then have a better gameplay in game 1, and let's see what game 2 can be.
What about mechanics? Any differences in mechanics?
For sure, have their strength. It's where like advantage. Some of them can win, some of them can lose, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be a team.
Okay. But if we specifically see like individuals here, let's say in the jungle, Sutsujin versus Tianzi, because Tianzi has been popping off since a couple days ago. What are your thoughts on the jungle matchup?
Well, before this match, I already know Tianzi will have a good game because since M5, if I remember, he always performs so good already. That's why I'm not surprised at him. Every international, he tried to prove himself, and maybe it's time for him to prove it more.
Oh, maybe an avenue for him to prove more. Now, coming into this next game, we're already 1-0, like we mentioned before. But what are your predictions here, Baloy? Do you think RRQ can come back for game number 2?
Well, it depends on what they're planning. But I think if they didn't adjust, it will be hard for them. Maybe they need to respect some hero of the Aurora, like Yusin and Selena. I think it's the main problem. Let's see if they can catch up.
Okay, so maybe force Rosa on a different hero and force Tianzi on a different hero. Do you think it would be different if, let's say, Rosa was on another hero? Why do you think the Selena is so important for Aurora's gameplay?
It's not just the arrow, right? I see his map control is really good. When he's using Selena, their map is so big. That's why it's one of the main factors why they can make very good moves.
Okay, we'll see exactly who's going to be able to pick up game number 2 because it looks like the players are already. So once again, thank you so much, Baloyski. We'll get to watch it in the back rooms later on because we're going to throw it over back to our casters.
Thank you, Baloyski, for the big brain breakdown. Everything's so clear right now. And yeah, I think I'm going to ride on that one single thing that he decided to focus on. Take the Selena away from Rosa. Make the match slower. It's not like he's already down it 4 times. Yeah, 4th time in a row. They're just consistently good with it and very comfortable.
I said it in the game. I was like, someone's got to take this. Someone's got to take it away. ban it out. And this is what's going to happen. I think next game, ban Lancelot, ban Selena.
All right, yeah. Let's see if that will be the case for the bans with the Lancelot, Selena, and let's see if that nice prediction will hit. To further understand why this team is just so good right now and why they are surprising the world, here's Aurora.
Base wide open, a few waves coming out as well.
This will be a
clean sweep against Area 77.
Onyx PH juga salah satu contender terkuat di MSC, jadi nanti bakalan jadi match seru lah.
Paraboy tegot jadi gini.
PH pasti bakal seru banget lah. Jadi kita
bakal ngasih pertandingan yang terbaik kita lah lawan mereka.
Onyx Filipine bol şans diliyorum çünkü şansa ihtiyaçları olacak.
Oh no! It's a disaster for the Super Fam. Super Fritz tries, but Aurora Gaming made it happen. And Singapore did it too on the Ruby. What a game 3 for Aurora Gaming.
I don't see any big mistake with the Onyx page. It's just like Aurora Turkey.
Onyx PH lower bracket Aurora Gaming na.
Very good job. Their macro is really good, and I think Aurora improved a lot.
3, 2, 1.
There's a lot of news that Aurora Turkey is really one of the dark horse in this tournament, so not really surprised that they did a good job in their first match of the group stage. So yeah, I think they're just something to watch out for.
Paraboy na all over kayo torok pa. Game sense, gun power, kayo loy na maintain torosat pangamba. Paraboy na maintain torosat pangamba ba.
Just goes to show how different Aurora are. If you have every other team at the end of every huddle just going, you have Aurora just going. That's the first time I've ever seen do something like that for their huddle. Now, great that we got to understand them a little bit more. If you want a little bit more good stuff happening in your in-game, don't forget about our All-Star event. Dino Planet. Best things in the world. Dinosaurs, technology, and bang bang.
Yes, sir.
Hey, look
at that, right? 27th of June all the way to the 5th of August. You guys can go and check it out. It's online right now. Dice roll your way into skins, man. Mr. Renmar can't get the popo. I can't even get the jawhead, but I know you guys have been playing the game non-stop to achieve what you believe.
Aurora Gaming ki match 2 loy baga na. Kano game ngak chana she adagi kari.
Dude, I'm not even gonna get jawhead, man.
Onyx ki
you already got a bunch of other skins that you mentioned earlier, so we're good here. I think it's time to try and, if we can, although I feel like it's so difficult to break down what potentially ARC you could do to break down Aurora in the draft. We've already started off with something that Bolonski set up for us, which was take away the Selena. But then if you take away the Selena, you still have 2 heroes who can rotate the map very well, get vision in the Farsa, and although she's fallen out, I would still consider Aurora to be the type of team to consider as a kid.
I think we also have to go ahead and consider if this happens where Aurora ends up sweeping RQ. I think they're automatic a tournament favorite. They already are. They're already are. But if they beat RQ in a sweep, I think a lot of people are going to put them in the championship.
Everyone wants to avoid them.
I'm gonna double that idea too as well. Backstage, I was saying, you know what? If they sweep RQ here, I'm confident enough to say they're gonna go to top 4 immediately. Whatever their first knockout match will be, it'll be like they can get through that, and then they're instantly in the top 4.
Well, now in the draft, you call the Selena ban. It will be banned out, but no Lancelot just yet. We'll see about that now. Fanny and Selena, so respect to TNZ and Rosa.
Oh, do they? Does
second position ni
depending on again, we've seen. Oh, there it is. Okay, so Lancelot banned out as well. Selena, like I expected. And then the Fanny. So this might. What do we see RQ go with this? Since they're going to be first pick on the blue side here, what do they prioritize?
Utility versus Jin play the way they did against A77. See how that goes.
Has a lot of map presence, helps control the center of the map, which by all means is the focal point for Aurora, as long as you can mess up the center of the map for them, the rotations of Apex and Rosa, that makes it easier to be able to apply pressure onto either Sigaboom and Lunar, depending who is the more accessible side lane. Excuse me. Baksha is the first pick of RQ. If I'm Aurora, just go ahead and pick up the Farsa. I wouldn't mind it.
Farsa Phobias maybe, or
Farsa CC could also be an option to go for against Baksha here. So we'll see. There are a lot of options. I mean, we haven't really been seeing a lot of the Rangers like this early.
I mean, that's what I love about our draft so far is they haven't, you know, like last time and even back in Performance, like we had very specific patterns that were very early on, because this is already different. I mean, Aurora goes for the Jushin and then the Uranus.
You would usually not want to go Uranus when you already see a Baksha on the other side, but they still decide to go for the Uranus and the Jushin. Jushin, right, makes sense. But now for RQ, they just, I think they're still going to stick to the Kimmy, right? Baksha Kimmy combo. Do they actually just go for Farsa instead?
Imagine Aurora puts this in the hands of TNZ too. Like,
I
don't like that. I don't think they should, but I'm just saying that it's always a because we have to always say there's like always been surprises so far. So, but it's still technically a flex because you see RQ, they'll go for the Cho early on, like locking the Moskov here.
Yeah.
Essentially, when you have the Cho with you, you'd want to already show your mid laner that can burst with it. Is this them just trying to match the rotational speed of Apex and just try to control it through vision alone? Because,
they're trying to secure mid prio right now with the Cho. There you go, Angela Juicing
like ban out Esmeralda.
Oh man, this is a really good start to the draft for Aurora right now.
Yeah, Angela, Uragella. Uragella.
Jukshin ne,
Jelasin.
Aurora Gaming is Jukshin ne, Uranus ne, Angela ne Paigri.
Uragella combination.
They show na kanina.
No.
Baksha ne, Cho ne, Moscow ne.
So like the idea I guess for them would be like, alright, Uranus does get countered by the Baksha, but if we have even more heals, what you gonna do about it?
Yeah, before Apex 47's pick last game, Atlas was last picked at the MSC 2 years ago. By D7 of Burnex Life. That's amazing.
Wow.
Shout out D7.
It was great to see the Atlas though. Especially since we've been talking about, you know, you can still get that skin that was shown there for you guys out there. I think you can still get it.
Yes, you can.
I got it.
Same, bro.
2023.
Yeah. Two Skinners beside me.
Skinners. Pakito gets banned. Interesting. The Farsa, there you go. They expected from RQ, but RQ could still just go Kimmy or think, you know, we have Angela Uranus.
I'm only
wondering why RQ were so confident in just picking up the Moskov. The Cho I get, mid-prio, but
What hingang ba na tini? Sini Mindy gameplay do na tini Mindy.
Wouldn't it be Wouldn't Esmeralda be great here for RQ?
All these shields. I guess RQ are expecting like a Joy, like an assassin for TNZ early, but yeah, this actually could still be a range jungle, which is weird. I don't like it on TNZ.
Yeah.
But it is an option, knowing that a lot of the assassins have been banned out. No Yisun Shin. Taken away by RQ. Granger gets picked up by Aurora.
As much as Aurora has been very surprising in this tournament, and as great as their performance has been, isn't their draft just a little bit too honest, considering that you already see, you know how they're going to be playing this? Or is it just because it's so honest, but it's just a really strong lineup that you don't really need to worry about?
Yeah, I think it's just a really strong lineup that you don't really need to worry about. I don't think RQ can go to the front line, at least not no way early mid. Like they have to wait late game before they can go through. And Aurora just have really good damage dealers. They'll go Ranger first, but I think they're going to go for damage dealer. I don't think they have enough damage just yet.
What is mid gonna be though?
Ooh, the old counter to the Juicin with the Cho.
If they ever put this Uranus in the jungle, he's going to be eating a lot of damage from that Eve. Gonna take a while though. RQ's damage profile takes a while. It takes there's a lot of pressure on Dyron to actually win lane so hard that he's gonna be able to get his first damage item very quickly.
This is going to be a telling sign, though, too. Last pick, because it could still be swerved
a
little bit if they wanted to, but
indeed.
Yeah, essentially the RQ, when you look at the lineup, this is kind of like a slow burn lineup. Now, if they can get pickoffs early on, that's great, but it's still going to be a bit hard. Oh, there it is.
Benedetta, Imai.
Yeah, that's good. One pick out of nowhere, just like that. Similar to another Aurora EXP laner from the Philippines. Will this Benedetta actually end up into the EXP lane? That could end up becoming the reason why this Eve-centered formation of RQ gets broken down. Will it be a sweep and straight to knockouts for Aurora? Or will RRQ force game number 3? It's MSC at EWC 2025. Anything can happen.
Thanks so much, Renmar. Again, bringing it down with us through that draft here, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the English desk. It's still me, nice to Nurko, to bring you a game number 2 in its best of 3. The battle for a knockout spot. Can we get to game 3? RRQ has their work cut out for them, or will Aurora Turkey make it happen in a sweep and make it even more apparent that they are a force to be reckoned with? So looking at these lineups here, still TNZ, like we said, is going to be rolling with that Uranus in the jungle. This is a utility matchup now, and we were building up these junglers leading into this, and they've got the compositions, I feel like, to complement them. I'm only just hoping that for RRQ anyway, they need enough time to make this lineup get online and be able to pop off later on.
Yeah, I really hope that Aurora are able to change the narrative of the Reyna's jungle. Right now, Edok with a mid-prio coming in. You can see the burst on TNZ. That might have been a mistake. TNZ, no movement ability. First blood to RRQ. And again, the narrative sticks. Nice to Uranus jungle.
Not so good. Well, so far.
Uranus is like a
but that's the thing. Oh, Luna?
Luna might be caught. Shield Unity. Too early kills for RRQ.
Hey. I said they need a little bit more time, but when you have an early game like this, I guess, you know, you get 2 kills in your favor. Now you've already got this lead. Puts Aurora in a precarious position in the early game. We take a look at the emblems here. You can see building up, I think even so. You've got a whole lot of Impure Rages, of course. Also for this, the Concussive Blast on the Cho does quite a bit of damage. That's what we saw earlier on, which secured them that first kill over. Oh, Apex 47. And this is going to be a struggle. He also had to burn the flicker.
Yeah, this is why, personally, I really like the mid-trio for RRQ when they picked up the Eve. The Cho was a bit too early, but they managed to get the last 2 picks to fit their agenda here. Mid-prio was almost certainly going to be RRQ almost every single time. Shield Unity coming down, the damage with the Jikundo too. Eye for 9 and Petrify used up, and it will just the spider by Tyrant under the turret. Oh, that burst. At least it'll be traded out with Rosa getting the kill, but a turtle has already been started by RRQ as Edok goes for the Jikundo, knocks TNZ up. Sutsujin coming in with a Shield Unity, and that's the RWM to lock him down. Edok with the Lancer Flare thrown back.
Oh no.
That's it. Oh, purple buffs take as well, I think.
Yeah, they're going to put pressure here. So tough. You see how that fight played out, too. It looks like, yep, just going to lose the buff. Are they going to stall this out? I mean, he's so tanky.
No way.
Again, that fight was a perfect picture of exactly what this lineup can do. Even the fact that you're so tanky in a Baksha, you can just play into the real-world manipulation around these objectives is the major advantage of this composition. Meanwhile, all this is happening, and Toy is just free to farm up, do his thing, because you can rely on this rest of this composition to do its part. I was thinking it would take him a lot longer to get online, man, but they are already there. And now that you have a level 4 for Edok, he's going to be most likely going for those kicks, going into those plays. Sutsujin getting an advantage too. 2 kills already this early on. A 2-level advantage against TNZ is why we see him just taking what he wants.
Sigeboom able to secure a few of those kills. Edok trying to look for a pick there, and yeah, right now it's slow game for RRQ. This is like back to at least Sutsujin.
And again,
there's a long Shield Unity. Edok takes a turret shot too. Poisson's in the mid lane, and the consecration by TNZ.
I'm just actually, you know, now that we see this, it's like it can be the same thing for Aurora where. Oh, Rose is so up front. Okay, Rose is fine. But that's the thing. They have to rely on this Granger later on. to an extent too, Lunar is going to be a little bit different here now with the hands of the Benedetta. That could mess things up in team fights later, especially with the Petrify. Going for that backline, going for the E that she sets up if he tries to set up the real-world manipulation. But I just don't know if they want to do it now. The Turtle's going to be coming up here. They do have a hard guard they can rely on. There's a couple tools now that Aurora Gaming has that they didn't have in the previous fights. So if they manage to make this work, they could turn this game slowly around here, but RQ has control. They're going to start up the Turtle. They have all the space in the world. This is great positioning from them too. I don't think there's any way Aurora Gaming gets this, as it's a Turtle in the free hands for RQ.
Yeah, absolutely no chance they go for the contest here. Two behind to go for it. And again, so far their frontline situation isn't really looking too good with the shred from Rins and the anti-regen from Sitsujin. He's going to go in with the shield unity, just zones him away as Toy picks up every single shot of that turret shield. Leaving a bit over, Tianzi in the mid lane, Tyron pops in the Bravest Fighter. It will just clear out the mid lane as the Lance of Flare locks Edok down, but he has a Shunpu to escape. Again, a stun and more poke.
Yeah, this is a whole lot. You know, both lineups are kind of like that in a sense. That's what I was expecting from RQ, but even for RR Gaming, their lineup won't allow them to really just go into these fights, and they almost have to respond to what Edok does. A lot of times, when you have play, you're just going for those kicks. There isn't essentially someone to do that from Aurora Gaming. Now, eventually, like I said, Lunar could play that part, but we see them trying to slow things down. They've already lost quite a bit of ground in the early game. You're talking about a 3K gold lead that was built up in the first 4 minutes or so.
Wow.
And so you've got to catch up here. You need time because you can see the disparity in the jungle alone. That 1.2K gold lead, but even more so, it's still that maintaining the 2-level lead against Tianzi. And that's a difficult spot in unfamiliar territory. Oh, hit.
Oh, good dash by Lunar. Darren pops in the Bravest Fighter, jumps in. Rosa with the flicker out, already used Crimson Beacon earlier. So, there you go. Burnt resource.
Yeah, resources. Sometimes that's the name of the game right now, especially in a slower paced game. Off to a great start for RRQ, but even for them, it's like they acknowledge the fact that Aurora Gaming, has some of these tools now, like the Heart Guard, and like the fact that Lunar could go ahead and pressure them with a Petrify, that they have to kind of approach it in a different way. And if that kick isn't in the right direction, then there's no point in following it up. You maintain the lead you have, you continue to farm up. They should be able to get even this third turtle, I think, without much of a nuisance, but there's a Petrify.
Yeah, but it's used defensively, and Edok, he used the Weighted Dragon, but unfortunately it wasn't actually cancelled by the Petrify. It was cancelled, the animation, so there was no kick, but he still has it on, he still has it up.
He still has it available, so this is a turtle for the taking. It looks like Aurora's going to go for it.
That's the block. More that damage. The sword and the blast from Rins. Oh, Rosa with the Crimson Beacon try to read out the Jikuno Flicker combo, but Edok just walks up and Toy gets the kill with the SOD. Tier 1 of the mid lane falling. RQ with a massive lead.
Massive lead, and then now it's RQ looking clean as ever. Just like we saw from Aurora Gaming in Game 1. It's completely swinged over to RQ. They are on time for everything. They're finding these windows. And I don't know.
Damage.
Edok was there. He did have the flicker, but not going to make that call to go forward. So Aurora Gaming finding themselves pretty far behind already. It's just going to continue to balloon further. And I think this really is that game that's just solidifying the fact that, I mean, look at this Uranus. He's struggling.
Bravest Fighter by Dyron. Gets a stun as well. In the second part of the Bravest Fighter, but it's going to be the Heart Guard coming down. TNC. Looking for an angle, but I don't really think that's an angle you want to take, brother man.
Yeah, you don't want to commit to that. Even with the Heart Guard burnt out. Again, I think you start to seal. He's going to go for Sigiboom.
Good reaction by Sigiboom.
Good response. But you see what's happening here, man. It's like every single thing that RQ does. Sometimes it's not even an ultimate or a flicker from themselves. They're getting these battle spells. They're getting these spaces to work with against Aurora Gaming, and it's really difficult. You're looking at just space taken. I mean, think about it. The tier 2 turret's about to go down mid lane.
SOD landing too. They'll just force out the Crimson Beacon out from Rosa, and RQ really just suffocating Aurora at this point. They have Aurora at a choke point. Like, they can't trade neither. Uranus has been up top, but Darren's just been standing there like, hey, yeah, you can push the lane, but you can't get turret.
Only Kyrie, hello Kyrie, no match.
Right now, so far from game 1 to game 2, just on different respective teams, you can already see item-wise,
Kyrie
very far behind. Goal lane, 3 items already locked in here. 4 toy, yeah, just a whole lot. Oh.
Yikes!
Yeah, that's why the healing's not really doing anything, man. Damatai, Sea Halberts,
Growing Wand,
and a Baksha.
Oh man, yeah, this sustained comp is. Oh, TNC walks up.
He's gonna go forward.
Dealing quite a bit of damage. Eat up with the way to Dragon now. Next it as well. So Jin with the shield unity. Over the Rins now as Rins is able to dish out damage with Toy, melting them down. The healing is non-existent from Aurora. You saw that shot?
Yeah, very close there. And that was just the reason of, hey, we have way more gold than you, we have way more items than you, we can take this fight. If maybe there wasn't a 7,000 gold differential, maybe it would have been different. Because this was a fight that they decided to go for, which is very odd.
Dyron just gets an assassination.
Live cam view, assassination happened. So, again, Aurora Gaming is in a position where we've seen teams be in before. They're massively behind. Do they have a composition to actually defend against Lord? Yes, they still have the shields up. But this is something they have to watch out for, because fighting even on the turrets with an Eve on your side for RQ, they can just be like, yeah, sit around your turret, we'll just pop up and angle the real world manipulation in a way that forces you to fight us anyway. So that's why you see TNC is holding that Lord there. He's trying to like delay it as much as possible. He's trying to work on it. You see Dyron though, he's willing to take the 1v1. He's walking down on bottom. Shield's gonna pop up top with the 1v1 here going around the Lord.
Yeah, ring around the rosy. TNC just trying to buy time. He knows there's no way he wins this 1v1. He can just try to delay. Hard guard coming down as well. TNC gets away, kind of a non-lane there. But what this does is RQ having a way to push in. Like the Lord wasn't really dealt with. I think not even half HP. Yeah. So it just ends up being a slow push for RQ to get more. Guys! They're just fighting forever! Oh my god, battle it out! RWM to the back. Edok goes in with the way Dragon still. Second part of it, Toy piercing through the turret. Who has to respect this. The Void Blast coming down. It's still up back on the bottom lane as Toy gets a base turret. And finally, after what seems to be 9 years, the Lord gets to the vicinity of the... TNC's still running! We're just keeping him! Oh my god, this
is his job!
Hey, there you go. Hey, I'm here in your base now, man. Edok doesn't even want to kick, right? He's just like, all right, you can
This is where you say takes 3. Takes 3. Oh my God. Hey, but did TNC accomplish anything there? I mean, he delayed things as much as possible, but still, they lost a base turret. They lost the shields. You're still down 10,000 gold. I think just, again, what did that accomplish for Aurora Gaming? You know, maybe bought them a little bit of time, but they're so massively behind that, and this is the full force of RQ. Oh, there's RWM.
Yep, Rosa forced to use a Crimson Beacon, and that should mean that it's going to be a free turret. Look at the piercing damage again through the turrets to Rosa and Apex. 2 base turrets in the sides. 30 seconds for the neutral objective to spawn. Lunar, before he can even swing his sword, gets blasted down by Rins.
This is so tough to see for Aurora Gaming, just because they don't really have much position.
Base of 5 for Romania, base of 3 or base of 5 lows.
Trying to survive a little bit more here. Yeah, Twilight armor though for
base of 5 base of 3.
A complete outclass for game 2, at least in this one. It's just completely in RQ's favor, and Aurora Gaming, I feel like they're almost in that position where it's like, we're a little desperate. We wanted to go ahead and maybe take these fights, maybe force it, because it's getting to that point where it's just so one-sided for them. Luna in trouble.
Eye for an eye coming down, but Petrify and the final slash, or sorry, the final blow. Shots over to TNC. This is getting tanky, but he don't want something to go. It's a flicker off for Siggy Boom, but that way of the Dragon. And the RWM forces Siggy Boom to just take the shot from Sutsujin. The base wide open. RRQ will crack it up as Dyron pops in the Bravest Fighter.
Got it.
A bit longer here because they're actually out of minions.
Oof, they don't have minions. It's a little bit of health left. That wave's going to be pushing up top.
That's a Chiku no. Tsurosa, a kill back at least. Aurora make it 2 on the board. But RRQ send the question back to Aurora.
16-2.
Maybe don't go Uranus jungle.
Maybe you don't. I think a lot of teams are going to be able to see what's happened here with Uranus jungle, and it's not working out. A dominant game.
Best of 3
RRQ game 1, Aurora game 2.
This is why I posed a question.
Deciding match can only do game 3 do deciding match
too honest, because everything that they wanted to do
lower bracket upper bracket
was immediately shut down by great early game rotations that show priority up against a center of the map that's Angela and
lower bracket upper bracket
man, that does not feel good going into that. And even though you say, if you tell the Angela and Juicin,
when Titan class only one can stand the ground, let's conquer the lower bracket for now.
That's the crazy thing,
guys. Oni Kyrie in the chat, guys.
It would have been different if the early game didn't happen like this. Like, because
RRQ
punished so hard 2.5 minutes in, and then they get the turtle, they continue on, they get resources, and it put Tianzi even further behind. They knew that opening, and it almost just completely shut down game 2. Like from the get-go, I just felt like after that whole interaction, 3 minutes, 4 minutes in, it was almost like, yeah, this one's not looking good. It's probably over.
It really has just been a chess match between the 2 coaches right now. The 4 coaches, you gotta remember that MTB is with Bagdell Seth, and Cascade is company with NMM. So it's a chess match between the 2 coaches right now. Like draft 1, draft 2, 1-1.
A deciding point.
At first, as much as I was like questioning the Moskov, it also made sense a little bit more in the bigger picture of RRQ, where it's just like there's so much focus in the center of the map that you can just leave Toy to his own devices. You needed a pick that can just sustain the lane and also just, if not hardcore win it, at least just keep it even. And ultimately in the big picture, RRQ drafted incredibly well. It feels like Aurora, after they decided to pick up the Angela in the first phase, they were just shoehorned into that idea. They couldn't get out of it anymore.
Yeah,
unfortunate.
I think too.
PUBG
Like, you have this lineup that's built off
Mobile
PUBG
Mobile is banned in India.
But then
we don't watch.
Exactly.
And then, like we mentioned with the itemization too, like they all had so much gold too that they just in the lead that they just built those up to pretty much deal with any of the sustainability that comes with an Angel, comes with these shields, comes with these, you know, tankier junglers like the supposed to be the Uranus, but like 0 and 6. Tianzi, I just feel like we haven't seen him play much utility, and maybe he should just go ahead and stick with the assassins, and that they can play around. They're the best, but when you go through the ban now, the ban list, it's like, yeah, he's really being targeted down, and then you have to think, okay, what other assassins could he pick up? Would it still work for that? And I think that's where we see, you know, later on for game 3. But this now makes it really up in the air. It's like, Aurora had a great game. They got smashed here in game 2. So where does this lead us for game 3 ahead of us?
I think the glaring 2 points that we can talk about in the draft is the fact that so far Substation has only made the utility jungles work, and so far TNT has only done well with Assassin. So maybe it's a utility ban on the left, Assassin ban on the right. Maybe we'll see that happen in game number 3, because at this point I think both of the coaches should have a read on each other.
I think we're also going to be continuing a theme that we've popped up ever since MWI. Don't be too honest in your drafting.
Lie
a little bit.
Lie a little bit.
Part of me was also on the same boat as you, Mirko, where that lineup was just so good, but then I just took one really good rotation for the very beginning of RRQ. Yes, I know his job is to clear and rotate. I feel like there were times he was over-rotating and over-committing, man. Like
cutting way too early too. That second kill away to the box.
The Benedetta can work, but you're just not as, I would say, like, tanky, for example, as
lower bracket
Aurora game. You're going to go in, you're going to be able to do some damage, but I even feel like with the Benedetta, like, if you are punished early on and you fall behind, like, you then find yourself in a position where you're just having a hard time to do much, and then you're forced to even use the electrifying blow or the petrify more defensively than the game plan was to maybe initiate in some cases when they were initially going through the draft. And so Aurora, the entire time, like, right from minute 2, they were in defensive mode, and that is just not what you want to be with this kind of lineup.
Assuming the ban really Aurora, they had such a crazy creative that enabled Rosa to do everything crazy. Now on the Juicin, I think it's not just because of the Juicin pick. The Juicin pick is fine. Because there was no front line, there was no space given to Rosa. He wasn't really able to replicate what he's been able to do the last 4 games.
I think I can only test,
I feel like
but
if
I cannot
Aurora had a different roamer for Apex 47, something that could supplement what Juicin brings to the table early on, could have tempered a little bit of what Edoc and Rins were able to do in the center of the map. So I think that's something we really have to think about now for Aurora. I feel like this is the first time we've really seen a big dent in their armor. Yes, I know their series against Onyx went to 3, but even then that loss in game number 2, it wasn't a stop. It was so competitive. This is the first time we really got to see Aurora take a misstep, you know?
I think to bring the point of like my criticism toward RRQ in MPL Indonesia Grand Finals, I could say the same thing about Aurora. It's almost like they know what their strengths are. Tienzi on an assassin, Rosa on a playmaker, Apex 47 similarly on a playmaker. They literally did the opposite of all of that in game number 2. They went to play, I think this now becomes a very big weakness point that a lot of teams are looking at and being like, all right, we might have a read on them too.
And RQ were the team to be able to do that with bans on Fanny, Selena, and Lancelot. I would want to see RQ continue to put the pressure on the Selena of Rosa so that we get to see a little bit more of how Aurora would draft and play around if they don't have the Selena. And at the same time, it's also good for Aurora because now they get to really see how their limits or where their limits are. So their limits are tested so then they can come up with new things to surprise us even more, if ever. Again, if you missed out the surprise earlier, we do have a new skin line coming up. The Metro Zero skin line. Again, it just feels all like cyberpunk, futuristic, all that. So if you're a fan of that kind of aesthetic, look for it, wait out for it. Not a lot of news on it just yet, but of course, keep your eyes and ears out for our new skin line. Now, as we head into game number 3, I'm trying to think of the possibilities here. It seems like Yisun Shin really is something that you should not be giving to Aurora.
So Aurora are going to go blue side now. Yisun Shin has been the first pick in game 1. I think looking at the bans, they banned Lance Fanny Baksha game 1. So I think leave the Baksha. Like, it's okay even if TNZ gets the utility. I think I'd much rather, if I was RQ, go up against the Baksha than the Yisun Shin.
I still think, I almost want to say for Aurora, I mean, I kind of expect this even for RQ to an extent. It's like that game 2 or this series, because it is a position to the knockout, it's like we could have tested something out. And I almost feel like this was a test in a way for Aurora to be like, all right, let's see if this works. But it completely failed. It crashed and burned. So I almost want to say, maybe if they go utility, the only one I see TNZ work, probably Baksha. But if not,
Granger do damage deal keno tora da bane ba but Benedita gi mohta Uranus to na EXP la pula puga panara ma ba aduga akai do na hyper kaino masat la
it's mostly been Lancelot.
akai do na hyper salani adagi kaino Angelado pa halam ba
Selena first ban
moi gi miss to na hausi do kaino moi pai grid
and this poses the question of what does Aurora want to do? Do they want to give a utility and how do they have a better game plan for game 3?
I wonder if RQ want to pull like a crazy one. And
game 3 gi kano toksala break the hadra male.
Fanny 0% win rate right now. Hasn't really been doing too well.
I'm more on that boat. Instead of banning out the Fanny, you take out heroes that shine with it and plus give it difficulty. If you're gonna give the Fanny, you're gonna have to prioritize Batang on the first 2 red picks.
So let's see. Aurora ban out the Phobias, so they are setting up for like I think more Lance than Fanny.
Tuxin. Wala Tuxin do tumpara ka suyare, ni Tuxin tumpara ka suyare.
Fanny, I agree. I think the Lance is a bit more terrifying in this current meta.
Benedita gi mahutta Uranus na EXP adagi hyper na kano salama matam da compete kitang oi ka do male kan mata. Moi hojik ki di tap time puda buda.
I want to trade it.
What?
I don't think Aurora should just go Lancelot.
The curse has been broken as a sock down in the heavens.
Even after the previous day. Okay, they go for the Kalea. They want to take a few extra steps.
Baksha bien
go for the Kalea. They get pick off. They get burst at the second. Go for high control. Either just the Juice and Farsa or... we haven't seen the Kimmy yet in the hands of Rosa, have we?
Not yet, no. It's just been Selena and then Juicin.
Oh, right, yeah, it's just Selena Juicin.
So the Juicin gets picked up by RQ with the Moskov again. Wow, early Moskov one more time for RQ. No lands just yet.
Yeah. So it seems like that's the game plan. Strong center of the map, strong XP, dead lane, the gold lane.
Visual lands. And the Farsa.
Yeah.
This gives you the... Again, you know, Rosa gonna be fine with this Farsa. You already have a ton of damage. You have a great burst.
Wow.
Kalea. This is interesting though. Over on the other side, the Akai comes through, which is still technically flex. Right? Yeah, I mean, like most part, we've seen him.
I think it's mostly he's been the flex of jungle roam.
Yeah.
Jungle.
Yeah, but like that's for me.
Women
doesn't Kakai get countered by the Farsa and lands, right? Like you before the fight even starts, you get poked down by the Farsa.
Yeah.
Retreat battle. Thorn Rose is still there, and you can get poked by the lands too. To force out early heavy spin before the neutral objective. So RQ have to win out the mid lane if they want the Sakai to get the most out of the heavy spin.
Yeah, they need a strong front. It can't be one of those scenarios where you have the jungler or the tanky jungler, excuse me, being the frontliner getting vision. You have to be the let the Akai play back and let someone else play front.
I think get a glue maybe glue for the XP.
Oh,
for RQ, like they need something tankier for that for the XP lane here.
Yeah.
Deciding
someone annoying like a Hilda, maybe in the XP lane, if ever. Considering
like
it's Lance and a Farsa.
Could still be a Granger too.
What will RQ ban in terms of the gold lane? Just take out the Granger. Maybe.
I think just if they want a Hilda, leave the Granger. But if they don't, then ban it out.
Yeah, of course. One of the
really
price
good
picks.
Respect.
Yeah,
I like that.
I feel like it's so such a pocket pick, you know.
Like and there's no dive right now for RQ, so that could have been a seal the deal kind of moment for Aurora.
Good thing they didn't miss out on it. They could still eventually, end up getting the Granger later on for Aurora if they want a little bit more backline poke. It seems like all roads lead to like Hilda and, as you mentioned, maybe even potentially if they want to add a little bit more of a dive aspect with a bit more damage and set, they could even consider Lapu in the EXP.
Could still be another Cho Lapu end to the draft here.
That too.
I think it's just a kind of decision, like do we want more damage to be able to also set things up, or do we want more kind of durability so the Akai just isn't the one that's kind of up in that front line and then taking the majority of that setup damage?
I think safe choice would be the Cho first, and then Aurora decide to go like Lapu or something else. If Aurora do go Lapu, then you get Esmeralda, get that winning lane too.
There it is.
So
there you go. So now it's up to Aurora. So Aurora go either Lapu or what are the XP are we thinking here? CC? I don't know.
CC.
If they go CC, then RQ go. No, they need a bit more damage.
Yeah, this is the difficult thing about Aurora right now. They have to choose the matchup. They're the ones determining it right now. That with the picks available, RQ could just answer to it well enough. Not to essentially win it. I'd still want to see them consider something like a Badang, honestly. Yeah.
But
they still go for the damage.
Okay. CC and then the last pick. Gold lane.
What's up?
Bruno. Okay, Bruno, Farsa. Good chunks of damage. Lots of singular.
There's no stats for Bruno. He's been picked before, right?
The reason, the reason they didn't want to go, so it is going to be the down against CC after seeing CC. I thought they needed more damage, but I guess they're just confident in that. But yeah, in case you guys are wondering why Bruno over Granger, that could have been a very easy Hilda XP pick.
Yeah. All right. I really honestly don't know what to expect. With all of the surprises that the group stage has brought, it is now down to one final game between RRQ and Aurora to determine which one of them will join Mythic Seal and Team Liquid in the knockout stages. Naisu, Miracle, break it down even more before we head into game number 3.
Thank you so much, Renmar. I like this. We now get a glimpse at the lineups once again for our viewers out there. You guys can let us know which team you think has the better composition, which team will go ahead and lock in at that spot into the knockout stage. Once again, it's me, Naisu, and Mirko to bring you the action, the very last game here for this best of 3. It's all going to come down to this because Game 1, Game 2 have been one side of each team. Now, what will happen here? Jumping into the land of Dawn, it's Game 3. Mirko, what do you think? You called a lot of these picks, you know, that came through. And I gotta say, the Akai in the jungle versus the Lancelot, of course, from TNZ, who has had probably the best performances so far in this hero, and just overall in the jungle even for TNZ. How do you think that's gonna fare out?
The Lancelot's a really good pick for Aurora. For RRQ, Mike, the big question for me is a Badang. Is it going to be damage Badang? Apex 47 and Edok just going at it here in the mid lane. Rins with Lantern Flare will bring Apex back. Oh, that is going to be first blood. Rins, oh my lord! Out of mana just a bit, still gets it down. Edok with the Jiku, no. Rosa might have to flicker, and he does.
Hey, we've spent so much time talking about mid lane trio, or mid trios for a lot of the teams, and RRQ. It's not as devastating as Game 2, but they do get that first blood. They go ahead and get a minor lead. We'll take a look at the emblems real quick, too. A lot of whole common emblems going on here, but also to be the case. You know, this is one of the things, I think, with the Badang. What do we see here? Because he's running the Quantum Charge, build-wise is what? More so probably damage, right?
That's the question. I don't know if he's going to go damage or if it's just normal build. TNZ lifted up, Lantern Flare there, Edok with the Shunpu. And it'll be a quick escape for TNZ. Yeah, that's the question I have. Will Dyron go damage? The emblem looks pretty normal.
Yeah.
This is what we see from Dyron a lot of times in ID.
Okay.
But we've never seen him go damage yet in ID.
Well, I think, you know, based on the way that we've seen Badangs play and stuff too, it's just more so like your setup potential, fist break. Oh, like that!
Dyron already locking Rosa down! This is why Onyx ID in the grand finals just banned Badang. Both teams respected Badang. Dyron on a signature pick gives RRQ a free neutral objective. Tsunami Slam over to Dyron. This could be a kill back. Dyron looking for the pin, able to get two there. Knocks him back. Sutsujin walking up two. He evades from a kill, and now it could be a kill back. Sutsujin with a heavy spin. Apex pinned down to the wall. Rins puts the light on him.
I was going to say, what a terrible way to die. Get locked down by a heavy spin from a Panda and then get a Lantern. Oh,
they're just too clean. Oh, you hear the war cries from RRQ here in the venue. Wow, they're pissed off after Game 1.
Yeah, it's heated, man. They're already. Once again, I was like, it wasn't as devastating as the previous game to start, but 3 minutes in, they find themselves 4 kills. A nice little bit of a lead in gold here. And Susujin having a great start, you know, 2-0 on an Akai. Yes, TNZ is going to be able to keep up, you know, farming-wise, XP and everything else, but the composition, Tsunami Slam.
Edok should fall. Sigiboom gets the kill. Good shot. Sigiboom gets the Haas Claws too. That's an attempt from Toy to steal the gold crab away.
Yeah, I think this is going to have to be one of those cases, man, where, you know, for Aurora Gaming, they got to rely on Sigiboom again to be able to pop off. He did get this early kill. That's going to be great, but Rosa has been having a hell of a time, and usually we're expecting in the early game, you know, that Farsa to be the threat with this Feathered Airstrike. It was utilized, but that's something to be said. Even if a Farsa falls behind, one thing's for sure, a Feathered Airstrike is still a valuable ultimate to have, especially around objectives later on. So for RRQ, you know, they try to maintain what they can. Edok does have that flicker available, and like we saw previously, expect them go for the kicks. He's going to be pretty aggressive on this, and they're hyped up, man.
Some other teams are hyped up too. I believe we just heard the next team will be competing in the next match. Go crazy in the back there, but RRQ, yes, still in control, but Aurora have done a really good job at just stopping the lead from being too crazy. Tsunami Slam, reading Edok's move. Edok's still going to be taken down by TNZ there as he constantly just dashes on the minions in the mid lane with a puncture. Well, remember, Dyron with a big pin down there, but it's going to be a good escape as Rins is forced to use the Crimson Beacon. Dyron poked down as well. Aurora Gaming winning out Turtle to Toy, just farming up top.
Yep, good push from Toy. That's probably all they're going to get since this objective is going to be secured unless Susujin tries to get there.
Oh, heavy spin baited out. There you go. Yes, so he did land. Dyron caught in the bad spot now. Lunar chasing him down. Turtle 2 free.
Okay. Turtle 2's taken. It was work. There's a kick, though. Lunar.
That's going to be Apex jumping onto Sister Jin. Good curtain call on the Vengeance from Lunar to evade from a possible kill.
Okay. All this in the past couple minutes, man, has brought that little bit of lead that RRQ had earlier on down to pretty much nothing. So you have equal objectives so far. RQ, though, I feel like got some decent gold in the hands of Toy. He was able to go ahead and push up quite a bit into that. But still, it's a macro play. No, whoa.
Bottom lane, a gank. Okay, Dyron survives.
We got thrown off there, but yeah, Dyron's gonna be fine. He's still gonna stay though. Guess just to go ahead and grab this, clear this wave out, so it's not pushed in. But meanwhile, up top, Sigiboom been holding his own. He did have to pop the Purify, it looked like, for that. So still playing into that, and this is where we see both teams kind of get back into this settled position. Now they've traded objective. They've still working on the tier 1 turrets if they can, but ultimately they have to rely now on setup potential. Even looking at Aurora Gaming, they essentially have the same thing. The option of going in with the Tsunami Slam, we've seen it a lot from Apex 47, and that is going to be the exact play over here for RQ. Now the other facet to that is Dyron has been the one that's very proactive on the Badang to go ahead and set things up. So you've got a couple options here. There is some pushing though from Aurora, even up towards that tier 2 now.
Yep. Good stuff from TNZ too on this Lancelot. So far it's just been a trade, and I think for the trade it's just equal here. So Lunar has been getting a lot of free farm, but they got a turret up top and they were able to enable Toy to get to his item power spikes a bit quicker as TNZ will invade here. The big question for RQ is damage, right? Another Tsunami Slam into the burst. Edok falling again. Sigiboom getting a second kill and a second item with the Berserker's Fury.
Yeah, picks up a big item for him. Again, Bruno still one of those heroes that just needs maybe maybe 3 items to go ahead and really be online. So now that he's got that little bit of extra damage, Dyron
1v1, Dyron with a flicker out. That's a Phantom Execution, dodging him from Thorn Rose too. Sutujin walking up, SOD, very close from landing. Sutujin already with the Retribution, but has to respect this as Apex cuts him off.
Good try on that the spear there, but not going to happen. TNC will make his way to the turtle, so this looks like it's just going to go in the hands of Aurora Gaming as Sutujin is zoned out from Lunar.
Yep.
It's going to be a little bit too late to that, so TNC secures the turtle. Conceal used. They force in the fight.
Yep, that's a flicker over from Apex, finding Edok again. The feather airstrike coming down as Apex gets lifted to the air by Rins, but there is no threat. Aurora, 2K.
Interesting, man. Like how the adjustment has come to play from Aurora. Just, they held on, you know, they felt that the brute force from RQ early on. They're like, man, we can't let this happen again. Having flashbacks of game 2, and they've adjusted. So they're playing into that whole Apex 47. It goes in for the pickoffs. We make that happen every single time it's available. But also, Lunar has done a fantastic job at playing the macro game. You can see he's got the War Axe and the brute force now. He's actually going to be fine on his own, especially because he has a vengeance, right? No one's really going to single-handedly take down Lunar. Lunar can continue to put pressure around the map, so RQ has to be able to actually contain that. And that's why we've seen this shift where Dyron in the early portion of the game was a part of all these initiations. Now he has to kind of keep things in tow. The mid lane, though, Kenzi's going to take the purple buff. Look at this positioning here, though. You know,
wow.
He's got to get out of there, I think.
Yeah. RQ are now just banking on Toy. Sutujin going to be engaged on, has a heavy spin. Uses it and gets away, but that's it, right? Like RQ at this point, they really are just banking on Toy to get to the item power spikes and then to maybe carry the game, but Aurora have a loaded Bruno.
Yeah, I was gonna say the problem with that is like the Bruno is already there, and that's always
the Farsight.
Yeah, and the Farsight.
And the Lance.
And remember, Rosa struggled in the early game, but as I said, the feathered airstrike is still valuable. Even if you're 0-4, that's one of the plus sides of having a Farsight. You can go ahead and set that artillery up for the team and work through that. So now, a Tsunami Slam going to be used.
Again, this time onto Dyron. Doesn't react in time. Apex gets the kill, and it actually baits out a flicker out from Dyron. Timing couldn't be better for Aurora. Look at that damage on Rins, too. Lord spawning in the game. Aurora should get this for free, and RQ again just forced to watch.
Yeah. Oh, heavy spin used.
One Lunar. That's a Vengeance too. No damage. Again, Way the Dragon. They have a ton of CC though, and that'll be enough to give. Oh no, but Edok gets the kill.
Yeah, and oh, hold on. Still pressure under the turret.
Gets a few shots in. Rin still standing. TNZ? Oh no, that might have been a mistake. Oh, it's gonna cancel constantly, and Rins gets the kill.
Are they? I'm not sure why they stayed. They didn't have to go ahead and pressure that.
No reason.
They just gave that kill over to RRQ there, even though they got the objective. That's great for them, but man, that is not a mistake you want to continue to make here. Aurora Gaming still holds on to a lead. They did a ton of work at getting in this position here. They don't want to throw it away like that, but RRQ will look to punish and clear things out. Sigiboom doesn't get the orange buff. He was working on it, but they're going to fight anyway.
There you go, another one. Dyron is dead again. Aurora with the constant pickoffs. And RQ are forced back. Despite the kill on Tianzi, they really just can't capitalize here. Yeah. Still waiting for Toy. Apex with another jump over to Jin. Rin still there with the Lantern Flare, and Moskov starting to hurt at least. But the Worldie's doing the same. Oh, back and forth on the RQ members. Toy trying to clear. That's again a zoning skill 1 from Rosa.
Look at Sigiboom, so confident. Has all the space in the world to work. That is going to be the Holy Shield being popped though. So ultimately that Lord, not too much. RQ is going to be fine to go ahead and clear things out. And Toy is pretty much online. I would say, you know, we got to start to see him convert some of that damage that he has now. Looking at the items, he's got the Trinity that he needs. He's going to be in a good position. Maybe gets the Wind of Nature, of course, next for that defensiveness. Earlier on, the Malefic Gun was picked up by Sigiboom. So he's got great advantage. Look at the damage still from Rosa. This is the crazy thing about Farsa. Even going down 2 deaths early on, you're still at the top of the charts. Conceal's going to be used. Are they going to make a play?
Dyron in the back, finding a massive one on Rosa. Lantern Flare not there yet. E-Dog jumps in the back, and Toy just dismantles them. Sky Piercer built up by Rins. Dyron with another pin down over to Tianzi, forcing the Phantom execution. E-Dog with the Jiku No on the way to Dragon, finally getting picked over to Epix 47. The Thorn Rose there, but it is RRQ with now a stack on the Sky Piercer. Tianzi with the Thorn Rose one more time. E-Dog over to Jiku No, able to get it onto Tianzi, but there's no more follow-up here as Toy continues to pierce through. Phantom execution, pinned down from Dyron again!
Oh, man! RRQ will fight back! Just when you thought Aurora Gaming had that lead that they wanted to, they come back, swing things forward.
They're so aware, and again, Naisu, Dyron on Badang, the game changer, the X factor.
Oh, and Dyron has dealt with getting Tsunami slammed multiple times, man. I feel like this one was a little personal as he goes in. You can see the Lord advantage that they had too. It was negative for Aurora. And so this was a great play, and I'm surprised still. They tried to clear this out and keep things running. Oh, bottom lane.
That should be a pick on Lunar. There's no one to help. He'll buy some time.
Maybe they can Lord.
No, they can't. It's a bit too quick. They have no burst on Lord, not instant, so free pick. And RQ have the advantage now.
Hey, man, I was saying, you know, Toy having those items, he had the trinity of items that he needed. He came in, popped off, and it worked so well. Wind of Nature is now for both of the gold laners. They're going to need it here, but big thing is RQ playing the advantage around Dyron, and that seems to be the hard part. Rins, too, has done a phenomenal job at using that beacon, using the flares down to give space to RQ. Now they're going to take control of this. They already get the feathered airstrike down, too, so this should be an easier Lord for them to take, unless Apex
jumps zoning. Okay, Tsunami slam over. That should be a free retreat. Dyron still able to escape as that's the Phantom execution defensively. Free take.
Free take. They get that feathered airstrike down, and they're confident enough to go ahead and continue on. So now they're up to this point. RQ, but this is a conceal from Aurora. What's Apex 47 want to do here? They just want to fast clear this Lord out.
Yeah, they do. But RQ, read this. Look at the move of E-Doc on the side. Look over to Jikundo. Might be able to find out on Apex. Does do it. Way the Dragon Toy gets the damage down, and the instant execute with the Sky Piercer on him.
Oh. They might look for more. Lord's still up here. They got to clear this out. They still have Sigiboom, but down 1 member. What more are they going to lose here? E-Dog takes a couple shots.
Damage.
Yeah, he'll burn on down, but the Lord finally worked on. This might be all that RQ gets, but they are clawing back towards this game. They've gotten themselves in a good position here. Tianzi, though, not sure if he's actually... Yeah, he'll just be forced out of the jungle here. Jin might jump forward onto this turret.
Wow. Almost well played there. Yeah. You know, the chain CC was almost there, but Tianzi got away with a puncture away from the heavy spin that could have pinned him down.
These fights are so interesting because some of them are almost like a feint. Like some of the fights, some of the ultimates that on both sides allow them to go in for these, I'm going to initiate, but then they pull off and then they go back and forth here. And now we're getting into the territory where you're going to play into some of the immortalities coming up. Of course, still the defensive items like the Wind of Natures we mentioned. Edok has been on the hunt all game, man. He's been doing a really good job at finding the setups and kicking it into Toy. A lot of times, he's able to just go ahead and kick it towards the right members of RRQ. Essentially, they still have to respect what our Aurora Gaming have, though. You can see economically, you know, the gold lean isn't going to be too crazy like we've seen from the previous 2 games. So it's more so down to managing the macro. But as we said through this meta, it's like, how is the micro for both of these teams? How can they go ahead and solidify an advantage into a team fight? That's one of the biggest things here for both of them. Taking a look at the items, you can see the plays here. You got a bit of an advantage in the mid lane, but like I said, for Rosa, just build up on that damage.
And the Moskov, the man they've been banking on from the start of the game, is now fully built up. Even the Rombus, everybody getting him. Helping the Mr. Man Edok out with some golden XP.
Oh, this is good.
Edok.
Conceal going to be used. Apex.
Way the Dragon pinning him down again, but Tsunami Slam actually comes in, so they were able to cancel it out. Further airstrike of the Rins. Now, Sotsu Jin with a pin down now with a heavy spin as well. Siggy Boom! All alone, isolated by the Panda. But Don gets the knockout punch, and RRQ 10 seconds away from the Lord, get the marksman.
What a target. The perfect target for RRQ to get. They find Sigaboom. This is going to be a Lord for them to take. I don't know if there's anything that Aurora can do unless they try to pull something fancy here. Darren's going to go ahead and post up. You can see how fast they're blitzing it. They go with the conceal anyway.
Yep. They have to try. Rosa already wings by wings. This is going to be free.
Yeah.
Without Sigaboom, there's absolutely no chance that they have a shot at winning a team fight.
Oof, tough place to be in now for Aurora Gaming. This lineup that they have, once Siggy Boom's up, they could still be in a good position again to go ahead and go for a defense. They hold on to the base turrets, RRQ as well. This is about as close as it's been throughout our series today between these 2 teams, fighting for that knockout stage spot to move forward. And right now, it's leaning towards RRQ. A good push in with this Lord could get them the win. Rosa?
Uh-oh, Flicker already used by Rosa. The SOD doesn't land, but Edok has the way the Dragon. Rosa all alone. The way the Dragon, and Rins is right there to pick up another Sky Piercer. Rins is unstoppable, 5-0. No Farsa?
No Farsa for the defense is what I'm thinking, Mirko. This is so unfortunate for Aurora Gaming. Still 30 seconds away.
Tyrone gets a fist crack over to Siggy Boom. Now with Ikuno as well. Lantern Flare not there, but finally gets it down. Another Sky Piercer for Rins. And now with a heavy spin, RRQ with the war cry as they reverse Aurora Turkey.
And RRQ will do it. They'll move forward to the knockout stage here against Aurora Gaming from Turkey. Everything we've seen from them. And now for RRQ. What a great victory in this best of 3.
The surprise run ends here. They are not out of the tournament, but now they are brought down to the 1-1 bracket as RRQ will now join Mythic Seal and Team Liquid Philippines in the knockout stages. Through textbook and a slow download understanding of their opponents, they eventually were able to craft the perfect tempo-breaking, crowd control-heavy lineup to stop Aurora's crazy run.
Man, this is such a great series because you have both teams hyped up, of course, but you also have these games where it's like game 1, you know, favoring Aurora Gaming, game 2, a dominant performance from RRQ, and then game 3, it was really close, like this back and forth between both teams where it wasn't completely one-sided. And this also now throws everything up in the air. It's like Aurora Gaming beat Onyx, right? Yeah. Now RRQ has beat Aurora. Now everybody's, I feel like, power rankings, there has to be new power rankings or something, or tier lists for knockouts, man. This is great, though.
I just love the fact that RRQ, again, play through their strengths. I'm in love with their gameplay, with their drafts game 2 and 3, not 1. Tyrant on a playmaker, Edok as well, and then the carry being Toy, Sordorin, Sutsujin being on utility. I love it.
Yeah, we'll be able to break this down further, but first we have to join Eterna in the stage with an interview from the winning team of RRQ.
One of the key players are up on stage here with me. It's Edok from RRQ. Congratulations, Edok.
Yeah, makasih.
Yeah, makasih. Okay, Edok, how are you feeling right now? Masuk knockouts, you're headed over to the knockouts. Are you happy?
Ya, lebih ya udah senang lah, udah lega, jadi kayak lebih banyak hari libur lagi, jadi lebih banyak belajar lah.
Okay, he says that he's happy, he's relieved, and that there are going to be a few days that he can rest and also study and train more for the next upcoming battle ahead. Now, you were able to take down a team that people are not stopping talking about, right? Aurora. Onyx PH was taken down by Aurora. What did you learn here in the series that Onyx PH couldn't figure out? Idok ngerasa ada apa sih? Kamu belajar apa sih sehingga kamu bisa nge-knockout Aurora yang lagi kuat banget ini?
Ya, kami tetap play as a team aja. Ya, terus kami nontonin gameplay dia kemarin juga lah. Dia pasti udah ngeluarin banyak lah lawan Onyx PH, jadi kami bisa nontonin. Ya, berarti Selena kuncinya.
Oh, okay, so he thinks that Selena is the key because he was reviewing Onyx PH games earlier on. So is that the secret sauce, take down the Selena? So do you think TNZ was a problem? Because Boloyski earlier on mentioned that perhaps TNZ was also a big problem. Ngerasa nggak kalau misalkan TNZ itu menjadi key player juga selain mengeluarkan Selenanya juga?
Ya, TNZ jadi masalah besar juga lah di patch kali ini. Dia mungkin punya banyak hero pool, Baxia, Lance gitu-gitu, ISS. Ya, jadi yang pertama Rosa, yang kedua TNZ yang menyulitkan kita lah.
Okay, so he figured it out, and that's what maybe Onyx PH couldn't figure out. Why are you going so far from me, by the way? Mundur terus. He keeps moving backward. I'll go closer. There you go. We're friends, right?
Okay,
aman. We're friends. So how were you able to bounce back from game number 1? Gimana cara kalah game 1 bisa comeback lagi di game kedua?
Ya, cuman ban Selena aja.
Beneran cuman Selena doang?
Yeah. Cuman Selena dong.
Okay, so literally the key from game 1 to game 2 was literally just the Selena from Rosa. Okay, what do you think now? Because now you're heading over to the knockouts, and the cool thing about MSC this year is because you're going in as a 2-0 team, you will be able to pick your enemy. Jadi kamu nanti pas di knockouts, kamu bisa pilih 2-1 dari pool 2-1. Tim yang mana yang kamu akan lawan nanti. Kira-kira udah ada bayangan belum bisa pilih siapa?
Nggak ada bayangan sih mau pilih siapa, ya tetap semua lawan juga.
Okay, so he doesn't have what is it called? He doesn't know any particular hero in mind, or I mean team in mind. He just doesn't mind going up against any team. Is that right? Yeah. What about Onyx PH? Do you think you might want to meet up Onyx PH?
Ya, bisa aja lawan Onyx PH juga.
No team that you wanna, spice things up against?
Nggak ada, soalnya target kami juara. Jadi semua kami siap lawan.
Okay, he wants to be champion, so he's ready to face up any opponent. All right, Idok, I think we've taken enough of your time. Thank you so much, and congratulations for making it to the knockout stages. We're going to throw it over back to our casters.
Thank you to Eterna and Eterna's friend, Idok.
Yes. Okay.
A great win, prolific, and it seems like you take away the Selena from Aurora, and they change significantly.
Yeah.
He even went as far as to say, Rosa, only Selena.
Only Selena.
Selena doang is what he said in the interview. Yeah. So far without Selena, this team has just looked very different. Like the play style, they're not as aggressive, they're much more passive, and they just don't know what to do with the lead.
Yeah. I think RQ also just had a really good composition that, I mean, we said that in the draft, like both teams had really good comps. And I think this time RQ just played it really well. I think a lot of teams are going to have to deal with that aggression that we see from RQ in the very first 2 minutes of the game.
Yeah, backstage I was actually talking about it with Eterna. Once RQ slipped that early lead that they had, and it was Siggy Boom who finally got to break off, and then it was Aurora controlling the tempo. I kept telling her, like, you really only have 2 conditions for RQ. The Badang and the Moskov. You play around those ultimates, and then Susujin decides who he can pick off away from the heavy spin. And we saw that multiple times happen over and over again for RRQ. They knew their conditions very well. Dyron, you mentioned it, playmaking in his hands, and he gets to find gold for the Kingdom. Let's see who the match MVP is for RRQ in this 3-game series. It's none other than Toy in the gold lane, 2-0-3.
I'm sorry, man. The MVP choices have been pretty wacko, honestly. Like,
it's gotta be Dyron.
It's been so bad. We saw Vanix get the MVP when Kurt got crazy. We gotta change that. But yeah, Toy MVP here. Not to say that he's bad, but man, the game-changing came through Dyron, really, yeah.
Like from the series.
Yeah, even earlier, Flash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brother Kurt Teasy.
The gourd!
Yeah, the gourd! Well, we can debate the MVP as much as we want, but he is still, at the end of the day, the Sony match MVP. And yes, now we've seen Team Flash take down Tianfeng Yao Guai, and we've seen RQ take down Aurora. Now we move on with the rest of Group B. You'll be joined by LaFell, Brigida, and Gideon. That's it for me. Naisu and Merkel, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you in a bit.
The lead's starting to build up here too. Even gold lane, 1,000 difference between this matchup that we weren't really expecting here.
No conceal. Onto now the Mountain Shocker 2! Beautiful! by Apex and TNZ.
Can I just say it again? It's so clean and out. Oh!
Two for two on the solo kill. Traction Pulse will trade it back, but Lunar has definitely been the one. The Alpha in the XP matchup as the turret falls in the bottom lane.
I think Lunar's just going to take that every time, man. And he'll take the 1v1 and he's going to jump into the turret, and after that he's like, whatever happens, happens. I get the kill. It's a great matchup there. Yeah, value, because look at this. This is all value for Aurora Game. Gaming 5,000 ahead. There's the pull, but Apex just doesn't care.
Yeah, no damage. No, Daniels didn't get it. Dyron with the flicker forward, gets a thunder clap down. Rosa caught on the bad spot now as Dyron looks for one. Reset on it and gets a double. Mounted shocker by Tienzi gets a kill back. That's him unstoppable. Edo.
No matter how saying she's not enough of this or that always seems to prove us wrong. Kimi does seem like still one of the hot favorites because I kind of feel like a team that doesn't know how to
Kaya mo yung yadri sila. Hey, karano yam sap pise. Ha. Game moi hora ge ne du de. Kaino amuthi ngasai gi Aurora gi do kanana ka gra ge. RRQ na adudi Aurora lower bracket changre ima. Damn it guys. Underdog ni hai ru bagi RRQ no ne ka gra boida. Phare phar. Phare phar. Ai de angang ge keno lei busaling e khangudre. Em cringe soy bani pa dunina mane. Ako. Game mani sanaraga lucian thokke de kanade ha natra guys. 72 ngang ingan gi ge. Nice. Hauja khoi game oi hot am ne hauja. Kanade. Uri poke chicken chili khwa hauji de. Hawe.
Your team is banning.
Kay taga. EXP.
Please ban a hero.
Lapu Ben. Pwede.
Your team is picking.
I'm bound by nothing, be it family or destiny.
This will sting. You have my word.
Sniper ready. Give me a target. Your team is picking.
No hay Dori.
Shines the golden crown. The enemy is picking.
Wipe out all the injustice in the world.
Please pick a hero.
Let's go.
The hunt begins.
Pain is the proof that I'm still alive. Thorns remain should petals fall.
Zone tiền. Zone tiền. Ok. Mà.
Welcome to Mobile Legends. 5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them. All troops deployed.
I love the feeling of chasing prey. The wolf is coming. I should change my skin of wolf. Taking a life.
Ồ, bây giờ này tôi intro trên tàu ya buổi này.
A beast or a man? I wash my hook with blood. I love feeling
Nice.
No.
I should change my skin of wolf. Are you shivering?
Gather at the turtle.
The wolf is coming.
Kagura negatifin ka to, wag la kaya din is.
A beast or a man?
Nang hấu đi he.
Initiate retreat. Launch attack.
I wash my hook with blood.
The enemy has slain the turtle.
Mỗi cái miền xuống mặt lay đi bà. Đó. Tao sẽ mình ngon pipa ngam mìm nè.
I love the feeling of chasing prey. I should change my skin of wolf.
An ally has been slain.
A beast or a man? The wolf is
Nang kadra na kang mani. Nang de.
vanishing.
Request backup. Request backup.
I wash my hook with blood.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Chana ya.
Taking a life. shivering?
Initiate retreat. Ult is not ready. Wait.
I love the feeling.
Yeah.
Attack.
The wolf is coming.
The enemy has slain the turtle.
Rồi đi. Đúng rồi.
An enemy has been slain. Ult is ready. Ult is ready.
Taking a life.
Your team destroyed a turret. Our turret has been destroyed. Killing spree.
A beast or a man? I should change my skin of wolf. Are you shivering?
Shut down. Mega kill.
I wash my hook with blood. I love the feeling of chasing prey.
Our turret is under attack.
Taking a life.
Request backup. Team destroyed a turret.
A beast or a man?
Request backup. Attack the turtle.
I wash my hook with blood.
Pinggir, Jafret. Kok di dunia lu kusap tu bo?
Ally has been slain. Ult is not ready. Our turret is under attack.
I should change my skin of wolf.
Ult is ready. Battle spell is ready.
Are you shivering?
Ano mang bên này nổi thì ra là sắc sát gì ra?
The wolf.
Our turret has been destroyed. An enemy has been slain.
A beast or a man?
An ally has been slain.
I should change my skin of wolf.
Initiate retreat. An enemy has been slain.
The wolf is coming.
Double kill.
Are you shivering?
Our turret is under attack. Request backup.
I wash my hook with blood.
Ally has been slain. Enemy rampage.
Tôi đi xem sập biển.
Taking a
Nung
life.
tayo, ato ni. ꯑꯗꯨ ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯒꯤ ꯀꯩꯝ ꯇꯧꯔꯝꯗꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯈꯛꯇꯅꯦꯕ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯇꯧꯈꯠꯂꯛꯏꯁꯤꯅ
I love the feeling of chasing prey.
The enemy has slain Lord.
ꯀꯅꯥꯝꯇ ꯀꯩꯝ ꯌꯦꯡꯕꯤꯕꯖꯥꯠ ꯅꯠꯇꯦꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯃꯦꯁꯤꯅ ꯃꯔꯣꯟ ꯑꯃꯗ ꯑꯔꯦ ꯗꯥꯛ ꯁꯤꯁꯇꯦꯝꯗ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯄꯥꯏꯅꯦꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯈꯤꯕ ꯍꯤꯔꯣꯗꯣ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯄꯥꯏꯗ꯭ꯔꯗꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯗ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯁꯤꯁꯇꯦꯝꯗꯣ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯄꯥꯏꯅꯦ ꯈꯟꯈꯤꯕ ꯔꯣꯜ ꯑꯦꯅꯤ ꯄꯤꯔꯛꯀꯦꯔꯥ ꯄꯤꯔꯛꯑꯣꯏꯒꯦꯔꯥ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯑꯦꯅꯤ ꯄꯥꯏꯈꯤꯕ ꯍꯤꯔꯣꯗꯣ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯄꯥꯏꯒꯗꯕꯅ
Taking a left.
Request backup.
Are you shivering?
ꯅꯪꯍꯧꯗꯦ ꯀꯥꯎꯊꯣꯔꯛꯄꯤꯅꯤꯗꯣ 5 ꯄꯤꯂꯔꯗꯤ ꯅꯦꯠ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯌꯥꯗ꯭ꯔꯦ 5 ꯄꯤꯂꯔꯗꯤ ꯅꯦꯠ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯌꯥꯗ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯎꯄꯥꯏ ꯁꯨꯡꯂꯩ ꯂꯩꯇꯦ ꯃꯥꯅꯦ
Our inhibitor turret is under attack. Our inhibitor turret is under attack. Our turret has been destroyed. Our inhibitor turret is under attack.
오니께 매수 로이그럼 뒤에문에.
Double kill.
I should change my skin of wolf.
Initiate retreat. Launch attack.
I love chasing prey.
미기 루비나 가만히 떠보는 강대.
I wash my hook with blood.
Initiate retreat.
그러면 다이로지디 이디 한다고 야드레나.
Ally has been slain. Mega kill.
The wolf is coming. I should change my skin of wolf.
엔티 힐링지 까람 사더브라 호지바.
Request backup.
아이제 이 행각판 매암 뒤톡번이다. 수위에 강가이로라노다.
The Lord.
미라 미 로기는
Taking a life.
Double kill. You have slain an enemy.
와우.
The wolf is
Our
coming.
inhibitor turret is under attack. Enemy missing.
A beast or a man?
Initiate retreat. You destroyed a turret.
I love the feeling of chasing
Ally
prey.
has been slain. Your team destroyed a turret. Initiate retreat.
Are you shivering?
Godlike.
I wash my hook with blood.
Initiate retreat.
La Oni.
Request backup. Initiate retreat. On my way.
Taking a life. I should change my skin of wolf.
Cắt tàu đấy.
Legendary.
Cắt tàu đấy.
Blood.
Match 2 suram daw mala. Match 1 kanana kagige Oniki to ba? Onik na kadre match 1. Ako dito yung game ta. Oniki to yung miming niya.
An enemy has been slain. Ally has been slain.
Are you shivering?
Initiate retreat. Your team destroyed a turret. Initiate retreat. Legendary.
Kanano male ho sino ting matandor male ale ho ji.
Are you shivering?
Launch attack. Initiate retreat.
Chasing prey.
Legendary. An enemy has been slain.
Taking a life.
Request on my way. On my way. Launch attack.
I should change my skin of wolf.
An ally has slain Lord.
A beast or a man?
Legendary.
Kano Tyro sino si Yusua ya kalak sino kayo ni po.
Launch attack. Ult is not ready.
I wash my hook with blood.
Double kill.
Kano odi sino damage sino to sino kamay to ino sino.
Your team destroyed a turret.
Ruby pa ba nungay kalay niya. Ado na match ka sangra siya duga yenga siya. Game kare. Oniki karam me pibam dala iba no yeng siya.
Victory.
14, 15, 16. Ay 15 day hen ngam tong mandre. Match ama tangay dia. Nice. YouTube the sangge today. Where is YouTube? Sinatra.
Get up, going up against this team of Onyx BA. True, if they keep saving Super Prince for last, can bring out all these Kaguras and all that.
Yeah, they could, and I think that Joybodge, this looks like the most comfortable he's ever been, right? I think some of his outplays, especially when you're thinking of like how Brusco and Joybodge want to play the game, are extremely dissimilar. And we've seen them both kind of mess with each other. Flicker forward, Brusco's able to stop him. Brusco tries to make a play, ejector comes immediately.
Yeah, and I gotta say, Onyx Philippines still look very strong there, but we gotta remember, even in this tournament, Onyx Philippines can bleed. In fact, we have a video to see later on, like
Bro,
how they how they're so good.
Dude, I have voices in my head that just talks and it's just very loud.
Is going crazy.
But right now we gotta look at the road to EWC for Area 77.
It feels surreal for us to be here on the global stage. Nobody expected us to be here. We're like the outsiders. So yeah, we're just here to prove ourselves that we deserve to be here.
That's huge damage! Defended airstrike comes down, and BTK falls!
This time around with Area 77, I think we're looking to see what new impact that NA is willing to bring to the table and whether or not it's going to be worthwhile, especially since their group is not only like it's not the easiest group in the world, but things can really snowball out of control for them. If they get through some of the hardest teams in their group, I think they definitely have a shot at going pretty far.
Couple more shots, BTK trying to defend, but that is it. Area 77 defy the odds and take game number 1.
I will put it as simply as I want to see Area 77 succeed, because their success could mean revitalization, could mean a renewal of hope for a region that was often overlooked, and I hope they can deliver some absolute surprises.
Geo ear fiber.
I would say it's at least safe to say that they're strong enough to hang with the teams here at MSE, but again, it's just unfortunate.
Going up against Look, both me and Remar, when we did the documented interviews, we were like, there's a possibility, right? If one of the bigger teams from their side on the upper bracket side actually dropped down, then it becomes a huge problem for Area 77. And unfortunately, that's what happened. We didn't predict the future or anything, but like, I mean, this is the worst case possible for NA. But let's jump right into the draft.
I can't believe it actually came to this point where Area 77 will have to face an elimination match against a fellow Filipino team. But it is what is it, I guess?
It
in the
is
words
what
of,
isn't.
It is what isn't.
It is what is it in the words of LaFell, I guess?
The other one is shut up and talk.
Yes, LaFell 2025. Coming up with some banger lines these days. But hey, look, as we see that the blue side has been taken over by Area 77, it looks like they are the ones who are looking to make the adjustments. Same bands coming up from the side of Onyx KH, and honestly pretty similar bands from the side of Area 77. The only order difference being the Selena in 2 rather than ban 3.
I saw the Selena ban earlier, I was thinking they might actually be considering the Farsa.
I really thought so too, and then like it went all the way to the end, we didn't see Farsa at all.
I mean, like, to be fair, I think we just saw how difficult it is to use a stationary mage right now, because like again, every single time he shows his face, he gets attacked, and this is why we see the adjustments coming in from mid, because even playing mid, I get hella annoyed going up against this assassins, this fighters going up against Lapu Lapu in rank like Yuzong, so I'm like, okay, give me something with dashes. So that's why we're starting to see like Kadita, the Kaguras.
Yeah.
I mean,
eventually maybe even the Nana, even if I die, I have a second chance, you know?
The one, actually Nana's a pretty good shout out here.
Yeah.
That I can get behind, honestly. Even though I don't like the hero, but in game number 1, they showed they were playing Sicilia, which I don't think is much of a big adjustment, right? It still falls within the same parameters and still has the same problems. But now we see that Kalia is going to get banned out. And now, Kimmy from the side of Onyx will go into the opening picks. Do we still see that Jawhead opener? Do we see the Yushin Shin? No. 1-1.
But can get very heavily countered by like Farsa, Irito,
or the
any assassins. So you know, but we've seen even with like I said, even if there's counters, you just gotta outplay it.
Just yesterday, Team Liquid Philippines felt like they had all the counters in the world against the 1-1, but
that's Liquid Philippines.
But yes.
Man, it's crazy. Same region, completely different play style, different expectations altogether.
Wait, is that
Yushin Shin as well as Phoveus? Again, it feels like Onyx KH has a system that they want to stick by, right? Yushin Shin makes a lot of sense. I would like to see the Farsa. The only problem is that when you see the Yushin Shin on the other side, it's like, man, I have to really worry about my positioning. I also might even consider taking the Purify instead of the Flicker, because again, that turtle ball, as soon as it connects with you, you're basically as good as gone.
Oh.
Jawhead again.
So they picked a Jawhead again. Maybe it is gonna be a good time.
Just more burst.
Farsa, yeah, burst them down. All right.
Yeah. Just gotta be brave. Like this might be your final match, so might as well.
I'm all for it. I am all for it. But now the question is, what is the jungle going to play, right? Because I'm assuming the Lancelots are going to get banned out here. I'm also going to assume that the Hayabusa probably would go, but I feel like at the same time the Fredgen wouldn't do too bad. But that's just me. That's just me, right? Let's see what this final pick is for the side of Onyx PH, because this really affects the second half. The Amon.
Hey, you know what? Kyrie could do it. If Kyrie can do it, I can do it.
King Kong is like, yo, Kelra, you play a meme you shouldn't down by gold lane, right?
So we're putting Isachin in the gold. I mean, if we saw the rubies and all that, I wouldn't be so surprised anymore. Just now the Roger even was in the gold lane. But I feel maybe...
Kagura round 2? Because you have the mobility, you have inbuilt purifies to deal with the jawhead.
Or they
that's not too bad. That's
just adding more unique picks.
Because the difference is like the knock-up is a guaranteed way to cancel things, or a lot of things. Like the Kagura at most can do the stuns, the burst. But ever since they adjusted the Kadita and made her combos a lot more faster, every time I see her in the Land of Dawn, it's such a massive threat to all the Farsas. So
there's so many ways to deal with the Farsas. Like as amazing as she is, Munta makes sure to balance it out by making sure that all the other predators can't keep up.
Yeah, no, it's really tough. It's really tough. But it's about impact in the game. And I think that's why Farsa is so highly prioritized, but also so volatile at the same time. It's just you hit 2 feathered airstrikes. Those 2 shots are more than enough to take out 90% of the problems within the game, assuming that they land in the first place. But now it looks like I'm not sure.
It's kind of like having a hot girlfriend. It's like, yeah, you got a hot girlfriend, but everyone wants her.
The Farsa.
Yeah, the Farsa is the hot girlfriend.
Okay.
Oh,
Farsa's story is sad.
It's pretty depressing. It's pretty depressing. When are we gonna get?
At least she's strong.
She is really strong, but well, Alice
and
not so
hot,
much.
I guess.
Wait, now that you mentioned that, like the entire everyone wants Farsa.
Yo, Brusco, you want to play Yishin, my guy? No, but it's true. The flex picks are going to be important, and I do agree that there's a lot of disruptors in the meta, and that are still available in this draft to make sure that this Farsa does not have a good time. And now with the hey, yo, okay, just letting you guys know.
That there's a pause in the draft.
Yeah. I mean, it looks exactly the same as like when you're in the game. I thought it would be a different UI, but hey.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe they heard that Farsa was hot, and they'd be like, wait, pause.
Stop.
Pause.
We can't be distracted. Not on an elimination game.
My gosh, good luck, Hunter. Maybe that's all I can say.
Super Prince is looking across the room like, I get it.
That's that move. Sound like, oh, good luck, Hunter.
No, because like that's the thing. I think I was reviewing some notes, and even for homeboys, I feel like the same applies. That things kind of change when people got to cut.
It's kind of like Izanami Neo.
Yeah, so we're seeing that right now.
That was bad. I know. I will punish myself.
That's 2 out of 10 right there. Oof, that one stung.
Couldn't say anything.
No, some of these. There's a hit and miss. It's a hit and miss.
Our friendship has been rough.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he's just Izanami now.
He better, honestly, he should have stuck with the Izanami.
Yeah, exactly.
Where did that even come from?
He's my boy, and I'm like, I don't approve. But that's kind of like a parent thing, you know?
That's more like a parent thing, I would agree.
Yeah.
Even so, as this draft continues, I am a little bit concerned of what exactly Brusco is going to play. I feel like it's going to be the Cho. Like, it's a gut feeling, but at the same time, there's not a lot of flexibility now that you've early picked the Phoveus, right? It's a lot of the flex picks that we see in the meta so far usually contributes to, hey, is it going to be EXP or is it going to be the roam? Now, you're just kind of forced into this one road.
I think the Cho indeed has been his most picked hero,
I kind of feel like if you want to be a roamer, you have to know how to use the Cho.
Yeah, it's like junglers and Fanny, right?
Yeah.
No, I am so global.
Do you know how to play the Cho?
Don't put me on the spot.
He can. I've seen him play Cho.
I can play Cho. It's just that you know you have those heroes where like you're amazing at it, but the moment you pick up, everything that can go wrong will go wrong. Like, how am I the highest kill?
Oh, like
like
a Boye thing.
Yeah, like a Boye thing. It's like you have an amazing game, but everyone else sucks, you know? It's kind of like your goal laner going 0-8 and 0, and I'm like, bruh.
Okay, you don't have to like put me. You don't have to put me in that kind of position.
So you're the gold leader.
Wait.
Actually, no. He's the one that actually carries most of us. He's legit pretty good.
I'm like okay.
Everyone else is not. Actually, Husky is okay.
Husky's pretty decent.
Milo is very hit or miss. Like he will carry, or he's the reason why we lose.
He's mood based. Yeah. Big shout out to Milo. Love that guy.
He's the kind of guy that will pull off a Moscow zing, like yesterday.
Sometimes we have to name drop them. Hey, sometimes Milo, he can be innocent, but most of the time he's like a Mikey. Yeah, you see the difference? There's a very big disparity there, and it's all based on mood. If he's feeling good, he's innocent that day.
Not gonna lie, sometimes when he feels good, I'm even more nervous. When he feels good, I'm like, oh, you're feeling good? Oh yeah, I feel invincible. I'm like, okay.
Proceeds to play Mincetar Gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have fun. MPLMY in a nutshell.
That's why we're the best place to
boot camp.
Yeah, because anything that can happen will happen, so you're always prepared.
So, what about where they boot camped?
Hey,
why did they boot camp? Indo, right?
In Indonesia.
Hey, I think that everywhere. Okay, so this is what I've been gathering, right? From all the teams who came down to well, not MPLMY, but came down to MY to boot camp. The general consensus is this: the Philippines sometimes they've got really good games, really good ranked games, really good teams to play. Biggest issue. Internet. Can they get consistent internet? Indonesia, decent internet, decent teams, really expensive venues, because how are you going to fit like 6, 7 people? So Malaysia is the perfect in-between where it's like, it's cheap enough, you get decent internet, and you get like semi-decent teams. So there's that.
So that's the tourism part. It's like, hey, come to Malaysia, it's cheap.
I feel like if teams heard that.
It's bang for buck.
It's bang for a buck.
It's bang for buck, and we have enough top-tier teams from around the world coming to one place, then scrims are also going to be pretty good too.
Yeah, I've been there a couple of times, and I like Malaysia.
I like how you took your time with that.
Hey, I do
like Malaysia.
That's just me helping you convince.
I mean, like most players come to Malaysia, just eventually becomes like really super good. Innocent, Cram.
So you've been there long enough, so you should be really good.
One of the best. One of the best.
Top tier.
I almost defeated Zorn. I'm not even kidding. We found him in rank and we almost did it. Almost. We only know because he was streaming, and then we checked like, oh, so close. If we only did not make this 1, 2, a few mistakes, we would be fine.
What was he using?
I think Suyu or something. Like he was playing jungle.
He was playing jungle?
Yeah. During that time, he was playing jungle. Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
I mean, like to be fair, I kind of feel like he's one of the best junglers in Malaysia.
The full experience was if you nearly beat him and he was on the likes of Igrak or something, or like.
And Lafel was playing like Cho.
Yeah.
I will only use Cho on solo rank, so at least if I feel bad, I'll just be angry at a few randoms, you know?
Yeah. Pull down the MMR for other randoms. That's the way to go. Oh boy, this game is really taking some time. It looks like we're going to take some time before the technical issues are going to get locked in here. But, I mean, spirits are very high for both sides. I don't think anybody is too disappointed just yet. Not entirely sure what the issue is just yet. But even so, thank you for everybody out there being patient enough to stick around for this matchup. Again, it is still elimination, so I can imagine that this is like a looming dread for Area 77.
Yeah, especially as they're one game away from actually potentially being eliminated here. And so far, in the past 2 days, or actually, if you count today, then yeah, that's 2 days. We've already seen what, like 2 teams get eliminated already? 2 or 3? Was it?
2. Yesterday was 2. We already had 1 today.
So that's 3.
Yes, quick maths.
It's quick maths. We're about to get another one here because this is the last lower bracket match we'll be seeing today, because we're jumping to an upper bracket match right after this, which is a qualification match.
It's unprofessional to talk about other matches during this match.
But we don't talk about that yet.
Yeah, we don't talk about that ever. Oh.
What about later then?
Hey, what about
just silence? Just raw silence, and we cut over to the EECA broadcast. Look, the game is already up, and now we are exactly the same position that we left off from just now, right? This final pick is going to be the Irithel from the side of Onyx PH. Very fast, very quick. Thank you, why not? As we go into the second half, now to the bands.
That's respect on the 1-1. I mean, even earlier on, we saw the mechanics already. the potential that you could get from ISO. So you really have to find a way to counter it out. Now, will Onyx PH indeed deny the other junglers available there for Shiro? But they banned the Hilda instead of any other jungler.
To be fair, Ureshi was playing a pretty decent game. From early to mid, it seems like he was at the right places at the right time, on top of the right targets, making sure that King Kong's life was... he was forced to make certain moves because his life total was getting attacked by Ureshi consistently. So, I'm all for it, right? Get rid of the Hilda, get rid of the annoying problems. Zetian gets banned out for the side of Area 77.
I guess that's the most interesting part. Because, like, the Zetians don't get that much attention anymore. Even though I feel like it was established that the trade back then was the Zetian into the Farsa, just cancelling out the Veteran Airstrike wherever you are, but things have been different. The win rate hasn't been that good for the Zetian, so Area 77, if they want to double down on the mid lane bans again...
I mean, like, here's the thing, Brigida.
What?
That's human nature.
People change.
You make one mistake.
Oh, it's different.
And everyone just keeps looking down on you. They'll look at you as unredeemable.
Unredeemable? God damn, brother.
That hurt.
Reality is harsh.
Whoa, wait. Oh, well, I mean, yeah, the Angela Irito.
Dude, wait, go ahead.
I mean, it was an expression.
Yep, it's a good ban coming in from Area 77, right? They're looking ahead of time. And I think that the Zetian ban also has some logic behind it, because a lot of the reason why they were losing fights in game number 1 was because of information, right?
Yeah.
It was the lack of information for Area 77. And every time they made a move, they got punished.
Another thing, Fed airstrike open, and then Zetian user ult can cancel that as well.
Yeah, that too. But they still have
But Gata could do that too. Oh, Suyo! Suyo Esmeralda.
I don't know about this one.
Where is... Well, yes, there's damage from the 1-1 Farsa.
No, I think that the Suyo may not... I think they're going to comfort picks, right? It has to be comfort picks at this point, because Suyo doesn't do well into this particular matchup. Yes, he chunks out the Yishin Shin given the right opportunities, but the Phoveus is going to be difficult to deal with. The Gatot as well. And most important, now that they've got the Farmus, it doesn't feel like Onyx PH can do too many mistakes, right? It's just, oh, I overextend. Drop down the ult.
In case there's any new players, this was the traditional way to deal with the 1-1, where when she uses the crossbow of Tang, you open up your ult so it doesn't like always refreshes. And the thing is, once you get like 2 or 3 items, your Ghost Bursters will be able to deal enough damage to 1-1, because she's a mid-range hero, so she will inevitably get hit by those Ghost Bursters as well. So very smart pick, showing their experience, showing the amount of years that they put into this game. But now again, this is potentially Area 77's last game. I'm gonna give it over to Gideon as well as Brigida.
Thanks, LaFell. Woo! All right, now that the technical pauses are out of the way, it's time we start moving into the game to see what is important between our 2 fighters, our gladiators, fighting for tournament life from NA. It's Area 77 on the blue side, facing off against a super fam, Onyx PH on the red side.
Man, these last picks coming in from Super Friends. Such interesting choices all the time. They always make sense. It felt like they had much more room to ban out other heroes too, because since Area 77 already revealed the Farsa, they didn't have to take out the Valentina and whatnot, so it was an easy option for Onyx PH here. But then again, let's see how they play this out. Seems like the plan is to still go in aggressively, potentially get the first blood, and they will. How fortunate is it that they actually get Shiro even?
A pretty bad mistake. Honestly, I didn't think it was going to get punished this hard, because you see the initial tap the blade surge into the wall. He wanted to go over the wall to get right on top of the Litho Wanderer as it spawned. Had he gotten that, he would have more than enough time to not only take the Litho, but go to his purple buff. But the cooldowns, right, they're still pretty long in the earlier stages of the game. Just a nice chain of CC from Super Friends and
also interesting, somehow Shiro still able to catch up, also stole away that gold crab away. They find a way to deal with Brusco as well, so they even out the kill score, and they might actually try to go for King of what? Maybe not the best decision, especially as you're trying to catch up. So that just hands over 2 kills in the early game for King Kong.
That has to be That was quite the mistake. I'm not sure, because he knew what the jungle pathing was. He shows up by Little Wanderer, knows that he doesn't have his orange buff, therefore it should still be up. Gets into the fight, they do make the initial play on towards Brusco's side, but then why go further than that? Why go make your way towards Beetle's side? And you know that you're low.
You literally handed over the information, and now Ureshi gets handed over to Onyx PH as well. Ghostburster is already committed. Joybotch will still try to attempt to scout, though I don't think at this point Area 77 should actually try to contest for anything, and just as they still want to farm, Shiro gets denied of that. King Kong's the only one who worked on the objective. There's the Curse of the Crow, however. Super Prince dodging all those feathered airstrikes, still survives, also dodges the falling star moon. Area 77 doesn't get to punish them at all.
Area 77 need to take a deep breath right now, because they're playing a little nervous, right? They're making these desperate moves when honestly it's not a desperate situation within the game. I understand the elimination is on the line here, but if they don't recollect themselves, these mechanical mistakes, Onyx PH will start disrespecting you. We need to see you hold your ground like you did in game number 1.
Okay, Joybotch, do they have the damage to deal with him? King Kong catches up, Mountain Shocker into Joybotch, will actually get to punish, not even punish, just clearly take him down. Shiro gets chased by Super Prince. AOG committed by Brusco. They're forcing the fight right here. There goes the NetherRealm as well, surviving or allowing them to survive. Things are not looking too good. It's already a 6-1 kill score.
Lower bracket. Hunter, please, we need you to land these shots. He's trying to be. Oh wait, no, Ureshi finds a play of his own, but it did come at the cost of his flicker. If he manages to walk it, it'll be great. But no, he's gonna fall as well. You can see this desperation oozing out of Area 77.
You need to see the chemistry, their familiarity with one another come in, because it feels like they're doing too much things, separate things, individually in this game, which clearly is not the way to go up against this lineup, especially if you're trying to play around certain heroes of Area 77, because being this much behind, especially on Shiro, doesn't guarantee the space that your other members need to farm up.
Yes, and right now, you can tell that when it comes down, when people talk about experience, right, most people are thinking, oh, you need to have a certain level of game IQ. No, Onyx PH has years of protocols that they've implemented in their game, force of habits when they see certain movements across the map. When you see someone like Ureshi walks up, guess who's there? Kirk, keeping an eye on it. And with that being said, their numbers advantage can pinch them whenever they want to. With the lead that they have, they're forcing it.
Dark Wave and Infernal Pursuits into the AOG. Even with those two setups, it's all enough for Onyx PH to take down several members from Area 77, and now it's an easy way for them to convert. Just 5 minutes into this game, they'll actually get to take the tier 1 in mid.
This mid trio from Onyx PH. Now bulldozing their way, the most important structure of the mid lane collapses, and the anchor of Area 77 just struggling. Like, I mean, ISO, he's doing okay, right? He's trying to hold on to this wave, but the single assist, and more importantly so, the crowd control from Kelra is only going to propel him forward, right? 92 gold, honestly not that bad. ISO is holding on despite Kelra's initial assist.
Oh, but Shiro gets caught here in the middle of 3, or actually 4 members of Onyx PH. That's already monster kill for King Kong. Gets to use the Mountain Shocker onto Hunter. And with the AOG, they don't get to catch Joybotch, but still, those are 2 crucial members from Area 77 already.
One thing that you should never give on PH, it's tempo. They've got not only a decent lead on their side that we've seen a lot of teams recover from, even at the top of their game, but tempo is too powerful.
That's Kirk dealing with 2 members all by himself. And with that little help he got from Super Prince, they got to kill ISO for the first time. So all members of Area 77, they're clearly struggling at this point in time.
Any play that they make is going to get disengaged. They need to understand how this composition works from the side of Onyx PH. They're getting bulldozed through because they don't have the right abilities at the right times. Not to mention, not even the items, right? So it feels hopeless. The only ways we see Onyx PH actually dropping the ball mainly comes from Brusco. His AOG is a game changer right now. Great disengage, but more importantly, it forces Area 77 to use a battle spell if they are caught out in the open. We need to start with that. Punish Brusco. Get that AOG out of the way and then be patient if Onyx PH makes a mistake.
And that might just be the way they're planning to go, and their first step is to maybe avoid the fights for now as they look for the trades on the opposite sides of the map. But will Onyx PH actually let you avoid these fights? Kirk will try to chase down Shiro, forced to use the Retribution. AOG gets stuck, but he won't get to judge the Infernal Pursuits. And they finally deal with him once again for the 6th time in this game.
Honestly, it's not too bad because there's no jungle camps that Shiro could have taken, right? No jungle camps to invade and steal. Taking that tier 2 is not that bad, and dying for a 6th time at this point really isn't much goal to the side of Onyx PH. They can kill him another 4 more times, and then yes, we have the Diggy, good old Diggy feeding strap, but even so, he's basically pretty worthless.
He's gonna try his very best to escape this chase from Onyx PH. Fortunately, has the mobility as an Esmeralda and the flicker to keep him safe. But that doesn't change the fact that he'll get to find King Kong in the mid lane, and King Kong's the one who has enough damage to actually deal with him there.
They've already taken down Ureshi here. Onyx PH, they want anybody other than Shiro right now. Shiro just doesn't give them enough gold. It's not worth the time. They've already taken 1 off of ISO. They've taken 1 off of Ureshi at this point. Sorry, 3 off of Ureshi. They just need to get these holy shields down. If they're able to crack these holy shields early on, this Lord could be devastating for Onyx PH. They have a 6.4k lead with the majority of their carries already moving to their 3rd item.
That's already a Blade of Despair that you can see. Oh, doesn't even get to use the ejector. He's just cancelled by the Dark Wave as well. Feathered Airstrike doesn't deal enough damage either towards the members of Onyx PH.
No damage at all.
So they're not gonna force a fight. Look at King Kong just working on other things across the map. ISO tries to fight against him, but that might not be the right choice. Just look at the damage coming in from this 904 Yi Sun Shin.
3 empowered auto attacks is all he needs to take out ISO. There's really no counterplay to that. For now, Shiro, understanding his role, hey, if there's anything I need to do, it's to push these towers. The holy shielding from the side of Area 77 starts to collapse, and that's perfect for Onyx PH. They're setting up this lore. They don't care. Take the econ turrets on the tier 2s. Yes, they're not buffed up anymore, and they'll take a little bit shorter to break down, but when this lord falls into the hands of Onyx PH, they're going to look to end.
Yeah, these are things that Onyx PH just willingly chose to let go of. They just allowed Shiro to take those turrets to take the orange buff. It's not like they don't have any information whatsoever that he's doing that anyway. And now they assign Kirk to go for the chase. He might just deny Shiro of his path to getting back to his base, but at least for now, Area 77, they definitely have to find a way to defend and deal with this upcoming siege.
And now, they're calling the squadron back. They're like, whatever, you can take an inhibitor if you want to. You can try, because we're going to close out this game, Shiro. You decide your fate. As we see Onyx PH now knocking on the front door.
Oh, he probably tried to buy some time, but the Feathered Airstrike immediately cancelled by the Dark Wave. There goes the Unstoppable Force and the Ejector onto Kelvin, but the Netherrealm saves him just in time, and even the Crossbow of Tam doesn't feel like it dealt enough damage against Onyx, but it will be enough to at least send them back.
Alright, they took an inhibitor. They're looking for 1 more inhibitor. And Shiro, he's already gotten that initial push, but for some reason, they decided to switch Kirk and Brusco, right? With 2 inhibitors now, Brusco's finally back in. He's been holding the AOG this entire time! Oh my god!
And there goes the AOG, who actually somehow gets to touch it, but will he be able to dodge the damage coming from Onyx PH? Might not. And now they gain access to the base. This looks like it's finally it for Onyx PH, but Area 77 still find a way to clear it.
Another wave is about to collapse. Top side is going to go through, and it looks like Onyx, they're waiting for a mistake. They can't really necessarily force it. They already technically made a mistake by diving too far, and now they're just waiting for the waves to make sure that this is an inevitable end.
Yeah, unfortunately, they get to dodge those potential setups coming in from Onyx PH, but the death timers aren't that long, so they might have to respect that a bit as well. All members of Area 77 are back in this game, but they seem to want to end it as soon as they can. They find a target there, they look for Joy Bodge, they finally get to take him down. ISO gets to find the stacks, but there's a Winter Crown and another round, and this might finally be the opportunity for Onyx PH
to end things. They don't have the minions, however, but that's a near wipeout for Area 77. ISO tried to find an opening, but that will be denied from them. And this means that Onyx PH will stay in this tournament.
And that's a 2-0 victory for RPH, eliminating Area 77. Oh man, game 2, that was a beatdown, LaFell.
I mean, I don't know about you. I think that was a very fun game, and both teams get to express themselves. Because I kind of feel like at one point they're like, okay, we know what's gonna happen, right? So might as well trade a lot of objectives. And to be fair, they got it. They got a lot of turrets in the game, and you know, overall, yes, they lost. But again, you're gonna lose to anyone. Might as well be the world champions.
I think there's nothing to be disappointed here from the side of Area 77 as well as NA fans out there. The early game definitely is what really sealed the deal, because once Onyx PH had their mid trio kind of roaming around and kind of bulldozing after the mid tier 1, it was basically done for, right? Side laners, nobody was getting much of a lead anywhere there, so it's just, there's no saving grace.
Onyx PH just decided to capitalize mistake after mistake coming from Area 77. This was yet again experience clearly in play. I feel like there were a lot of those small mistakes which could have been avoided, but that's the thing. Maybe this is still, in a way, at the end of the day, something to learn from if you're Area 77, and for their first experience, for sure, they've got a lot of lessons from the first 2 matches that they played.
I mean, here's the thing, when it comes to experience, we don't talk about this a lot, but there's an art to be on stage, because we've heard from multiple teams if they're too scared or too hyped. Even for teams that's been here like a few years now, they have this mental crutch where, yes, you got a good game, but that doesn't mean you have to overextend. And now we're going to throw it over to an interview with Kelra and Eterna.
Okay. Hello everyone. Sorry, we were discussing a little bit earlier on because apparently Kelra needs a translator. Yes. Yes, he needs translator. Okay, Kelra, congratulations for winning this match. Now, I heard that you were sick before getting into this match. Is that true?
Yes, is that true?
Okay, are you okay? What's going on?
I'm okay, but earlier I not feel better because it's hard to breathe because of my asthma.
Oh, so the asthma was triggered.
Yes, and also I'm feeling dizzy.
Dizzy, asthma, but you're feeling okay now, or is it still?
A little bit, okay.
A little bit. Okay, we'll make it quick then. We'll make it quick. Get well soon, Kelra. Hope everything is okay, because you're sick, you're unwell right now, but it didn't translate into the game. Game number 2, that was a very dominant game, to say the least. Congratulations on that. And that's why I was really wondering, and I think a lot of people back at home are very curious too, as to what's been going on with Onyx PH. It's very different to your M6 run. I think you guys went through that very smoothly, but here at MSC, going to the lower bracket, has there been obstacles, challenges maybe that we should know about?
Siguro yung mga naging obstacles sa amin, yung mga naging challenges sa amin. Mas naka-adapt yung mga team ngayon sa playstyle namin compare sa M6 na run namin na dominating kami, na walang naka-adapt sa laro namin.
He said that I think the challenges that we have faced during this season is that a lot of players and teams are able to adapt with our playstyle compared to our playstyle in M6.
Okay, so it feels like the other teams are stepping up, because we didn't get to talk to you about what happened after that Aurora game. How did the team take it? Was it a positive vibe after that, or what happened?
Nung pagkatapos sa laban namin sa Aurora, parang hindi naman namin in-expect na kami talaga yung mananalo dun. Pero confident kami kaya pala namin na manalo dun sa Aurora. Naka-scrim kasi namin yung Aurora. Yung result ng scrim namin is very, dikit talaga yung laban. Kaya, yun. Mas naging positive pala kami nung after namin matalo.
Okay, so he said that after our game with Aurora, we became confident after that, but although we didn't expect that we're gonna win the fight, because we were able to to do scrims with them. But despite that, they're still able to be motivated after their fight with Aurora.
Okay, so still motivated after that, but you were expecting that loss against Aurora?
Hindi ko naman na-expect yung loss. Kumbaga, expect ko lang na magiging close fight yung laban namin.
We didn't expect to be to lose the game, but we expect that it's going to be a close fight between us.
Oh, okay. They expected it to be a close fight. But was that okay? Was the players all right after that? Was it like a hard hit to the mental, or are you guys okay?
After talaga ng laban namin, parang mas na-motivate talaga kami, tas mas natuwa kami. Ewan, ba't ganun naging feeling namin? After nun, parang gigil na gigil kami. Mas gusto namin, after ba namin, pagkatalo namin doon, gusto na ulit namin maglaro Ganun feeling.
After that game fight, we don't actually know, but we just felt motivated after that. We just want to win more.
Okay, so the drive became larger after that loss. Now, speaking of that drive, you're not in knockouts just yet, right? You still have one more match to take down, and it's either going to be against Homeboys or Team Spirit. So, up first, who do you think is going to be up against?
Tingin ko yung makalaban namin Homeboys, kasi malakas din Team Secret
Homeboy Mali.
I think it's going to be Homeboys because it's strong.
Homeboys. Okay, I mean right now Homeboys are looking like a strong contender, but Team Spirit are too. Do you think it's going to be a 2-0 for Homeboys or a 2-1 for Homeboys?
2-1.
2-1 for Homeboys. Any message for Homeboys then?
Message ko lang, galingan nyo, gagalingan namin.
You better do it, because we're gonna fight, we're gonna do better.
Okay, thank you so much, Kelra. The golden standard. We're not gonna take too much of your time because we want you to get well as soon as possible. So with that, we're gonna throw it over back to our casters to break it down.
Hey, thank you. in a way, again, we wish him fast recovery. Looks like a lot of people are getting sick here. So hopefully everyone is doing okay. And you know what's interesting about the interviews here is that the person talks very long.
Yeah.
And then the translation's so short. It's like the reverse of me. I take short ones and make it longer.
That's
this is longer. Very, very time efficient.
Hey, I think, well, I'm just going to live in my naive little world and just assume that Tagalog is just a lot of words that have very condensed meanings.
Well, in a way, it does feel like a much more condensed and summarized version of some of the ideas that are repeated here, similar to the entire... They didn't feel that bad after losing. It was just, for some reason, a lot more